Hi, I'm Valharg. One day, abandoned as a child, I was found by a barbarian tribe of the bears. They picked on me all the time and just gave me table scraps. But I never let it get me down, and I always tried my best. I will be number one. That's what I thought. Until the tribe leader's woman snuck out one night to the neighbor tribe's leader. And, well, they did some stuff. Needless to say, a war broke out, and I was left for dead. Luckily, Bitnor, my big friend, he found me and healed me back to 100%. I owe him my life, and I've been with him ever since. So, make sure you get ready for
D&D style with DM Bowie.
Welcome back to D&D Style with DM Bowie. I'm DM Bowie. Oh, it's so good. In Texas, we got Clinton and Coleman over there.
Hi, I'm Valharg.
Yeah, you're going to have to say that again, bud.
Oryx.
Every single time you try that, it just cuts out.
Oryx.
North Carolina, we got Chris.
That's dingy to you.
Oh, my God. And then my home state, Missouri, we got Jeremy.
Fentanyl, drink your milk.
Always drink your milk, folks. By the way, I'm actually in Florida. I realized I never actually say that, but I moved to Florida.
Dox him.
The great state.
He's not too
Dox
far
me. Yeah,
from
go
the
ahead.
ocean.
I gotta go. It's Florida. Anyways, so you guys found yourselves, well, I guess the session was pretty long last time. But you guys started off in Lonelywood, and you basically finished talking to, oh shit, what was her name, guys? I don't have it in front of me.
Finished talking to Flynn.
Flynn. Yeah. Flynn.
Flynn. Yep. Flynn Trollbane.
Yeah,
Shield
the
Dwarf.
fucking, yeah, Shield Dwarf lady. And basically you guys took on the quest to go find the killer.
Sapphic.
Sapphic. Yeah. Alright, he is employed by Torg's merchant band. The leader of which is Torga Icefane, also Shieldorf. They're known for nefarious dealings and other things, but they are best known for fencing, stolen merch, and stuff like that, and have been known to do other evil stuff, but like never been caught for real. As for you guys went to Tourmaline, Orcs has struck a deal with Vernon for sure. He's waiting to hear back from, what was her name? Do you remember her name?
I do not, but she was going to talk to her father.
Yeah,
I can't remember it.
I got it right here. I just got it pulled up. It is. Vernon's the owner of the Blue Clam, the tavern.
He's a half orc.
The east side is where Marta Peskrick. That's who you talk to. Marta.
They spell Eskrick.
Peskryk.
Did you say EES?
P.
Did you say Marta? Why did you say that name?
Marta!
Marta!
I was going to melt your face. Then you said Martha.
Marta!
You're lucky, Batman. Ha ha! Let's go kill the bad guy. What a shit show that was. All right. So Valhard ran around and made an ass of himself the whole time.
No, first off, that's not what happened. And we just got to this town. But no, before that, I went with him and I was trying to say something and trying to make y'all know. I don't remember what it was. But whatever, I fucked up.
You were
should've-
sleuthing for suspicious people, and you came off as a suspicious person.
That's what Bowie kept on saying. But I thought it was
But
really
you
good.
didn't give me a chance to like the way you did it. It was just like I'm not
You're a
even
little
giving you a
suspicious.
Tell me where the bad guys are.
Fine, man. This little guy's obviously drunk. Strange link.
I'm not taking it easy this
You
time.
need to give him an amulet of perpetual drunkenness.
Right?
You don't
Is
have a
there anything
pocket
else
flask
anybody
in
else
this
wants to
one.
add before we get into your little
As far as, are you talking about doing some meta work? What are we doing here?
no, recapping still.
Okay, as far as that,
Oh yeah, Valhar or Hortus almost died. He did die.
He did die,
Yeah.
but he got brought back to life thanks to my big friend Bitnor.
I'm still not healed all the way.
He healed me back to 100%.
Now,
Well,
you
we
guys are
made
gonna
it
be
to the town, and we've already slept at the Luskin Arms
We
Inn.
just fast track that shit because all it is me saying, "Hey, you guys arrived at Targos. What do you want to do?" Obviously, long rest. So I just skipped
Yeah.
all that. Part.
Yeah, so go ahead and mark long
And that's
rest.
why we're talking about
Who
the
the house
Luskin
speakers?
Arm is where you guys are going to wake up when we start in Targos. And Targos is one of the murder sites. Now,
So we'll need to get in touch with a couple of different people here in Targos. We'll need to talk to Nairth, and we'll need to find out who the guard of this place is, guard captain. And we'll need to find out where the shipwright was killed and investigate that area. So Nairth, guard captain.
There's the bad guy.
No, Nairth's the town speaker.
Yeah, the bad one.
all right, so you guys do know that Cephik is pretty much like the acting bodyguard for Torga. And
Yeah.
pretty much any time that the merchants are selling and shit, like he's by her side. But as soon as shop closes, he pretty much just absconds into the night, doing God knows what.
Does his own.
Bad guy.
Here it is. Torgs is an outdoor shop. Goods are unpacked and displayed in crates with small canopies to keep snow off them. Most of Torga's goods are stolen or fenced, and she sells them double the normal price.
Sounds like a good person to me.
There's rumors of her running a protection racket as well. And also rumors of murder within the band outside of the current ones that you guys are actually invested in.
So it's basically like the Thieves Guild in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Sweet. As far as itinerary in this first town, is there anything anybody wants to meta add to a checklist here to go?
I think Horix
What
has
do we
the
wanna do?
spotlight in this if he's got to get in touch with thieves.
Recap the murders of the mission. Like
All right,
location
so
and shit. Because you guys do
right
know
now
that.
we're in Targos investigating the human shipwright that was murdered. And then we're going to East Haven to investigate the halfling trapper. And then we are going to Bryn Shander to investigate the dwarf glass blower.
Somebody might want to pull up a map.
Because I think that's what we had all decided to do, is do East Haven last. Or Bryn Shander last, I think.
You still might want to pull up the map, though.
Or no, sorry, I said that backwards. My apologies, guys. It is we're doing East Haven last. So we're going to Targos, Bryn Shander, and then East Haven. I need to get better at writing these notes. This is nonsense.
I'll set for that. Oh. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Maybe.
I kind of don't worry about it. I'm good.
What?
Nothing. My
You
daughter.
need a second?
My daughter wanted
Take a
something.
second, man.
No.
Take a second. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
know. I'm already done.
You can edit
Do
it
it.
down.
I'm already done with it. Yeah. I just missed. Okay, I missed kind of like what we were talking about right there. What you and Guy were. Oh, sorry, Betnor. We're talking about.
Oh, we're just in meta conversation about setting up a game plan for what we're gonna do once we start the session up.
Well, I said what I said already. Is there anything else like other than that?
No, not unless Zinji or Goldman, anything, Horxus, anything you want to add as far as I've got. We need to talk to the town speaker, the captain of the guard, and check the murder scene. That's the only ideas that I have as far as.
I'm looking for clues and looking for
Yeah,
suspicious
checking the murder scene
people.
would be a good idea, but maybe
How long ago did the murder happen, though?
Well, this is the first murder. I don't know the exact time frame.
so it's probably been kind of cleaned up.
We gotta
Or
go
if it- I mean,
Scooby-Doo on this shit.
Depends. It depends if it happened in an isolated place that, if he lived alone, this human shipwright, then there might still be some fresh clues if we know any freaky deaky magic,
What are you guys going to do if you do find Torgs?
If we
He's gonna
find
talk to
them,
him.
Yeah, like
He's a thief. I'm a thief. Like
I'm going to confront him, and I want to show him my teeth. Is he an orc? If he's an orc, I want to show him.
not
my
even
teeth.
a he.
I thought she was a halfling, or not a halfling, but
Well,
a half elf.
you're talking about
we don't-
Torga Icevane, the
Yeah.
shield dwarf.
Shield.
She's a shield dwarf.
She's a dwarf. Does she got a beard?
We could threaten to feed her to horses.
I mean,
Yeah.
I say,
Show your teeth.
you guys got to play this right. If we want to get information from her, then we should act like we want something from her.
And
Maybe
I'm a
something
thief.
that's
That's why I said I'm a thief. I should talk to her.
Yep,
Yeah,
I like it.
Yep.
I agree. I said that at the very beginning.
Plus,
I
don't you know
said that-
thieves can't?
Well, either way, I said this is
Whoever's
this is,
idea it was.
I said this is the thing for thieves. I think orcs should talk to them.
Yeah, because I'm a priest. I'm not going to get far with thieves. They're
Yeah,
gonna, what do
and
you want, holy
my-
man?
my guy's
Like,
just dumb.
All right, just so you know that Cephik, if you go and talk to Torga, Cephick's going to be right next to him.
oh yeah,
He
that's
is your
fine.
bodyguard. So if you guys go investigating Cephik in front of Cephik,
I have no problem being bold and investigating Cephik in front of Cephik.
Yeah, I'll
If
you
you're
show
coming
them
to
my
do that,
there's
so
best.
yeah,
part of the
it's
parameters
probably
are-
Or partial wood.
tell.
so
I'll
yeah,
say
it's probably
this.
better.
part
You
of the
tell us
parameters of your
everything.
mission is to find guilt before.
Yeah, you can't accuse
Yeah.
anybody.
You just go up there and you go, he's a killing.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm
I'm
doing
not.
it.
I'm not sending.
I-
I'm not sending
I don't ever
Valharg
talk.
up there.
I don't ever talk first, but I'll jump out and say, "We know that you stole those." No, I'm kidding.
That's something you guys probably want to avoid.
We know you stole those, stole those people
No.
and murder them. Tell us the truth.
Honestly, if it's gonna be talking to Tarka, if we come across them and it's talking to Tarka, it should only be one of us. It shouldn't be the whole group, or it should just be one or two of us.
I'm talking to him. He's gonna get a
I mean-
fist full of Valharg.
Okay,
You're gonna
we'll
put
see
your
how
fist
well
up
that
their
goes
butt?
for you, man.
Well,
They're like a
We could
mercenary
always-
group, so
We could always try trailing him after he's done doing his mercenary stuff or his bodyguard stuff.
yeah, that's always true. If we do come across them, then we can at least keep a closer eye and do some tailing. As far as though, I don't know if you're joking or not, Mr. Valhog, but man, don't get
No,
us killed.
I'm not gonna talk
gonna
to him.
step back and let them murder you.
I'm not.
I will do that so quick.
Who is them? We're talking to one person.
It's a whole
Torga?
band.
It's a band of
group.
thieves. They're like a group of people you want to be running up
Oh.
accusing. They're gonna murder us.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
no.
that's what I'm trying to tell
Are
you.
you
It's not a
scared
good
of a
idea.
little fight?
If Valharg picks a fight, I'm going to make sure Horixes and myself
Look,
teleport the hell
I'm
out
not,
of there.
I am not the speaker.
Sounds like
You
sounds like
never
Clinton's
give.
gonna have to have a new character next campaign.
You say you're not the speaker, but you speak a lot.
I speak. Yeah,
So,
but
so
my,
you are one of the speakers.
But my
so you
my
say
dude,
that, but
my
it's not
dude's
true.
dumb, and he just says a bunch of bullshit.
That
So,
makes you a speaker
yeah, but
because you
he's
say
stupid.
things. So that counts. You're a speaker.
He's dumb.
No denial. Quit denying things that are fact.
He's not a
Not
speaker.
fiction.
He's not a speaker.
The things
to
that you
people.
say affect the interaction.
Exactly. I want that to happen. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting.
It is true. I'm just
That'd
letting
be-
you know. As far as
really?
this goes, it won't be that interesting with the Torque Company group. They'll just probably murder us because if they're guilty at all, then they'll just want to kill us.
Well, I don't even know who that is, and I was probably just going to go along with it, and then
It's the main bad guy of the mercenary group or the thieves company we're talking about.
what, the people that are murdering
boss.
everybody around town.
There's
No,
only
you
one
don't know
Allegedly.
that they're murdering.
Allegedly.
You guys are investigating one person.
You're coming on strong,
You gotta
Valhard. You're all
remember the
murderers.
storyline, man. You gotta remember
We
things.
know you did it.
You can't do that. Especially if they did do it, you can't do that because then they'll be like, well, they're not going very far.
Fucking
We
primitive
all get our
people.
throats slit
String
the next
this
time
guy
we
up.
sleep.
Kidding.
We all get ice daggers up our butts.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, here.
I don't.
Yeah, here.
I'm not. No.
Those boys those
No.
flocking into my camper.
No.
But yeah, I'm just telling you as a D&D player to another player, like you'll see your group just abandon you so fast. Whenever there's like 20 enemy mercenaries on our ass, we're like, we don't know him
I'll tell
anymore.
you anything about it.
I'm gonna trip his ass.
Be like, oh, here, have it. Fresh meat. We're out. I sound like Kermit the Frog.
Okay. So
I gotta cough real
just
quick.
role play me not saying anything, and then that'll work. Okay.
You got to role play.
No. I will. I do my role play, but then
It was
apparently
like somebody
that
says
will get
something
us
and
killed.
like they feel Malhard needs to talk, so
Oh yeah,
they
he
go,
needs
Valhard.
passes. On,
go.
yeah, he needs some passes. Like DM. That's
No,
what I
I'm,
think.
I'm
is.
not the person to start the conversation for whenever we.
It's
get
kind of on
there.
you to not talk though first.
Yeah, but somebody
We're
needs
all in
to,
some
somebody needs to be like,
situation.
somebody needs to tell me, hey, I don't think you need to put some 2 cents into this conversation, considering they're mean or they will.
Well,
they most likely
hey, I try
will
to
kill
put food
us.
in your mouth.
Yeah,
Pretty
tell,
sure.
Is that what I
tell-
should do?
give-
Just have
give me
some
some
You
kind of
don't
warning.
listen to me, so
Yeah, either. Yeah, I don't. Honestly, Bentner should probably do it. But all I'm saying is, like, while we're
He wasn't
walking
there.
in, he
You took off
took
and
off.
went with Hortus.
Yeah, but then we already met back up.
No. I'm talking about in situations like Ventnor's not always there,
Oh yeah. I understand. So everybody needs to.
or
Remind,
sometimes you're not even there.
everybody needs to remember that they need to remind if they don't want me to like ruin something like honestly, like I don't have to do it every time.
Just yo, man, shut the fuck up, Clint.
I don't have to do it every
You need
time.
to be given a task.
No, listen, I don't have to.
And
do
that
it
goes
every
for
time.
everybody, I think.
But when we're going up to an entire gang that can fucking kill us all, maybe tell me.
you
You'd be
guys
like,
gotta
go
do your
collect
own checks and
firewood.
balances,
You know?
'cause I'll let stuff happen.
Every
even though I
time,
hate it.
Every time we talk to deadly people, we'll just tell you to go collect firewood. That'll be the clue. Go collect firewood. You'll be like, oh, okay.
What do we need that for? Are we about to go camp?
Yep, we'll need it later for sure. But if you hear yelling, then come fast, okay? Go get fire.
Oh, well, then I'm like gone. What? Oh my gosh. He can kill us like that. And I'll be like all alone. It's like Valhar's adventure after his friends were
Just
murdered.
Cold and Valhar's story, Cold and shaking, just you and Sean. And Sean's just gonna be brutal to you.
He's
You
gonna
get
be, no,
set
he's
all
gonna
the time.
he's gonna be fucking sonar.
The tundra takes you and you lose a foot to frostbite.
Like, I
You
know
find
sonar.
one lone mushroom
We
in
have to
a
keep
patch
going.
of small patch of grass that's only like a cubic yard. And then, do you eat it?
I will
Of course
eat.
you do.
I'll share half with my buddy. You want some of this?
Constitution.
Okay, so we've got kind of a game plan. It's going to be you doing the talking when it comes to if we encounter Torg.
Who is
Are you wanting me to do the you as Horxus? Horxus, sorry, is going to do the talking if we encounter Torque and company. If
Don't-
we are,
Don't let me talk to the fucking gang.
Yeah.
keep
I
my
can't
mouth shut
stop
then.
you.
No,
And
y'all
you're not
have-
gonna
y'all
talk
can
to the
tell
guard,
me,
right?
And then I can fucking shut up because if y'all don't tell me, like, I can't help my character. You know
But
what
what
I'm
is
saying?
no,
your
I
game
think
plan?
I think Bentnor's got to tell him before we even go into the town. I don't care if we're at the bar or anything. Don't slip up and say while we're here.
I'm hunting.
Well, what do you mean
someone.
slip up and say while we're here that we're investigating them?
We have
the
to
murder?
fucking say we have to say
Anything.
something.
Don't tell them the reason why we're here. Well,
Is
that's
there
gonna
any
need to go-
suspicious people been looking around?
Yeah, it's a terrible question.
Yes, the town is full of suspicious people. You're going to have to be more specific.
Does he wear hoods?
But
No, as far as
believe most of them do.
I've said all this before. I plan on asking everybody. It's my guy. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
As far as talking to the house speaker, because that's the first guy we're going to encounter, because we just slept in his house. As far as talking to him, I think that should be Zenji, because this guy is with a name like Maxil Donar. You probably do some more charismatic wooing with those beautiful assets of yours. So you might be able to get a little bit more information than a giant Goliath.
What assets?
And we
My
can-
bugs?
No, you have the disguise self. If not
Stop
mistaken,
banging! Stop banging!
that you look like a beautiful busty lady.
Busted lady, creamy
Damn.
lady.
Who's got banging going on at their house? I'm jealous.
She's
Well, I
a
mean,
lady.
I got a litter of kids
And they're banging? You allow
on the
that?
walls with
Oh.
their appendages.
Am I
What do you think?
seeing that right,
Think about
Zinj?
child's banging?
Arkansas?
Do what?
Shut
Am I
up.
seeing that right, Zinji? That you appear as a human female?
Yes.
An attractive
sweet.
human female.
There we go. So I think you should handle talking to Maxil Donar, because I think he'll love that. And then we can look for the captain of the guard, or whoever's the
Oh yeah, that's what I need to check out.
head lead of the guard, which we can get that information from Maxil Donar. And then go and talk to them.
That's his
and
last
then see
name.
the site. We can see if, I'm going to keep saying his last name, Maxil Donar. We can Maxil Donar see if we can have the guard accompany us to the murder site and maybe do some explaining.
I think
And
we
break
need
it all
to
down.
talk to him and make sure he's not trying to cover that up too. I mean, we just reveal ourselves to the wrong person and it could reveal us.
So, I mean,
Pretty
get
quick.
back into
I
how to
think
play
we
the
should-
game a
I
little
think we
bit.
should
Like, just
ask him
remember
one
your
question.
insights.
Yeah, insight check.
And also, like, investigations and whatnot, like trying to persuade out of conversation. Charming people works sometimes on some people. You don't want to do it necessarily to anybody. I'm not telling you to charm him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if there's two people in this entire town that we do have to talk about why we're here with, it would be the house or the town speaker and the captain of the guard. Those
Yeah,
would
but we
be the
need to
two
make
people
sure.
that we would want to talk to. So if
But
they're
we need to make
involved, we would
sure.
just have to discern that through our investigation and insight on a conversation with them. That's the only way.
That's what I'm saying.
Find out.
We can't come right out and be like, "Hey, we're here to investigate this stuff." Let me do some of the talking first because I was going to go into, "Hey, we're here trying to drum up business to go into business with us with the Ramshackle as a trade." That's what I was going to go with. We're here trying to drum up our own
let's
business.
just roleplay this. I thought we were already about to get into it, and I thought you
I
were
know,
going to
but
talk
I
to
don't
them
want-
first.
Well, no,
know,
this is
but-
important so we don't walk on each other because it's only one vocal at a time. So we got to make sure we know what we're going to do.
But see, I
I'm
want
on
them
board
to
with
know
that.
we're trying to drum up business for our bar in trade in order to just kind of see. Because if they ask us, "Do you mind if the goods are stolen or anything else?" It's like, no, we have no problem with that. Try to play into this stuff rather than just being like, "Oh no, that's not good." We got to go tell fucking
Yeah, it's a different
Sonar
approach.
to go fucking chop wood out in the fucking forest.
Well, I wouldn't let someone come across Sonar in the forest. We
And
should just keep
honestly,
Sonar with
I don't
us.
know if I want to give him an axe either.
What a horrifying day.
Good, take it.
I
take
just
it,
immediately
take it to a
pictured
random.
Sonar at there.
Yeah,
Kid comes out
Ryan
there. Oh my god!
Sonar.
It's like you see like a mother spanking her child.
You say,
You
"Oh,
do
God."
not do that. I vanquish evil.
Jessica's not a fan of Sonar.
I love Sonar.
Yeah, we should probably keep.
That's gonna
We
be
should
my new
probably
best
keep
friend.
Sonar
That's
pretty
why,
close.
Some ladies are supposed to support each other. You know what I mean?
Sonar is gonna be my new best friend.
Horxus, I'm on board with
Te-
you
Teaching him.
spearheading the conversation and wanting to keep that light. But as far as us getting information, how are you wanting to go about doing that as far as getting information on what people know or any involvement of who was there? Just strictly by checking the murder site?
I mean, hopefully something like that comes up, and it's like, oh man, we better try to steer clear of that area.
Because we could split the party
Where-
and totally do that. We're in a town. We're less likely to be attacked and murdered. We can split the party and then get back together.
It's not an evil town.
Yeah, it's not an evil town. Like
It's a
two of
fishing
us
town.
could go and check the murder site, and two could
The
stay
leader's
together
just
to
a little
talk
bit
to some people.
suspicious. There's nothing.
So if you and Zinji wanted to do some of the talking on this one, me and Valhard can go on a little solo and check out the murder site. I could do some detecting magics, detecting good and
Yes,
evil.
I want to walk around
investigation.
with Bitnor. Let's get some alone time. Do you still have the bush?
Mhm.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Well, actually, I was thinking about having a conversation with Horxus about the bush, Valhart. So you'll be excited about that.
Oh, I don't know what you mean, but
Nope. I'll have to wait until then. But yeah, how
I'll
does
be right
that
back.
sound? Do you like that idea? Splitting the party
no,
and doing it?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if splitting us right at the beginning, but we need to kind of go over like if we need to go check out like and try to drum up business, and that way you're taking Valharg away from these places where he can't talk, and you're taking Sonar, right?
Yeah, I would take Sonar with
Okay.
me. So it'd be
Okay, I was
Valhard
like-
and Sonar, and we would just go to the docks. I would probably do some parishioning as we're going for my parish.
and I'll watch
Because if
his
you're
back.
going to be advocating our business here, then I'll just advocate my church as we're going and investigating the shipwright
Well,
areas, dock
I
areas.
need to step away just for a few minutes again.
Not a problem.
Okay.
But yeah, while I'm doing that, I can always ask town folk and ask those around if there's anybody that needs healing and anybody that's downtrodden that I could bring their spirits up, and that might bring me closer to people that were involved with the murder. That by
Maybe
itself,
even try to get a little bit of cash out of it.
always. Are you kidding? I'm in a town. We're gonna sleep before I leave, so I'm gonna use some of these spell slots if I can make a goal.
I'm drinking
Believe
a
that.
beer before we go to sleep.
I'm a holy man. I like that. Ching ching.
Yeah, I like the ching ching too. 2 glasses saying cheers.
Wrong ching ching.
Okay, well, I like that. I like that idea a lot. Me and Valharg and Sonar will go do parishioning and try to check out to see where the murder site happened without talking to anyone official about while we're there. And I don't mind trying to keep up that front.
I'm just
And
saying, I think
Valharg
that it
would be
would
free
work
to
out
ask about.
better because we are a kind of neighboring town, and
Yeah.
it's not bringing suspicion. We're trying to open up the trade lines.
I mean,
Is how I'm
it's called
looking at
10
it.
towns. There's
And
10
when
towns.
Valharg's with
They're
me, he
all
gets away with
intertwined
being able to say a lot more. He'll be able to get away with saying the things that he wants to say roleplay wise. Clinton will.
Yeah.
If it's just me and him on a solo doing this with just town folk and stuff like that. If we're not talking to anybody important, then we'll probably be able to get further in our investigation than if it was us talking to important people. Just being honest. Because I'm not getting very far with important people either.
I will say what I say.
So I think we'll get something out of it. I'm pretty sure we can squeeze something out of this.
You
I'm
get
really banking on you
followers.
guys doing good, though. Zenji and Horxus, this is what you guys are made for. I'm a holy man.
I'm a warrior.
Yeah,
Just
we don't do the Batman. It's not our thing. But I would say, yeah, we try to suss out if we suss out the murder site, like
I'll make him run as soon as I find
how
out.
do we get back together? That's what I need to know.
Just keep your. How big is this town?
We'll just meet at the pub whenever the
It's a big
sky's
town.
at the highest.
It's a big city.
Be right back.
So
The
it's
sun is
too
at the highest,
big
sorry.
for you just to keep your mind open to Zenji and Zenji to be able to talk to
I
you.
would
Yeah,
say
bigger.
it might cover like a block or two, but it's too big for that. It's about like it would be like
decent-sized town.
5-10 times the size of Lonelywood. Because
I mean,
Lonelywood's a small settlement. This is a large
Lonelywood,
settlement.
this is way bigger than Lonelywood.
Yeah, this would be more like metropolis type city, or you have your Warrens and you have your middle class and then you have your upper class
There's a few
area. And
thousand
then
people here.
as far as since I don't have a
map,
map up though, DM, how close is the Luskin Arms to the docks? Because I'm assuming this murder happened close to the docks.
it's a population of 1,000.
It was a shipwright that got killed, so I'm gonna assume docks is where we need to head.
All right.
Oh man.
Well, Luskin Arms is right by the docks.
Okay, well then if we find the murder site while we're investigating the docks, we would be able to keep our mind open to Zenji and probably be able to suss out, or we'll just stay close to the docks, and if we find out it's somewhere else, we'll just stay that area until we meet up.
Well, I mean, you said it was 150. I think it's 150.
I didn't hear what he said.
You think it's 150 is what he asked.
Zen, you there?
He had to leave for a minute.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure it's 150. So, I mean, even then, even if you go to the closest dock, it's still going to be limited.
Yeah, it'll be limited, but we can just stay in that general area, and then you guys can come down to the docks and then think
A
us
lot of
out.
these docks are over 400 feet long.
A dock is 400 feet long?
These are fishing settlements.
Oh.
Yeah, the dock takes up a huge part of the town.
Oh, yeah,
That's why I was
right.
thinking-
It's huge. Okay,
That's
yeah.
why I was thinking me and you should go to the docks. That would be the best place for me and you to start it, because it's a large space that we got to cover.
I'll build a fire in the middle. Don't do that,
Okay.
little man.
That's all right. I'll rein it in. You're good.
All right. So since we slept, do I get full health now?
No, everybody but you.
Okay, that's cool.
No, yeah, you're good. I'll listen to
Yeah,
him.
You lizard
mark it
fuck.
as a long rest, because that's what we did.
One level away, and I think I get 3rd level spells.
Level 5.
I'm level 6.
Ooh.
You're a
Why
liar.
does everybody keep saying that?
We're level 7, dude. You did it wrong.
Stop it. Damn, what level are we?
Level
Am I
4.
doing this right? Okay. Oh man,
We just gotta get through this mission.
we just gotta get through this. We can do it, guys.
I would
Yes,
say I
you
have
can,
faith, but
Dante.
we'll see how it goes.
Can tell you all the sleuthing is making my vagina raw.
Good guy. No? All right, so you guys do wake up in Targos and at the Luskin Arms. It's also where the town speaker lives, Nairth, Maxwell, Dinar. I forgot. Stupid name.
Weekend's a good time to get up.
But
Put up for new people.
where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, it's gonna be a big week.
The Luskin Arms is the oldest public house in 10 Towns, so it's pretty well known. Established back when Bryn Shander was still just a camp on a hill, and Luskin was a thriving city. Many of the traders came to Targos years ago were from Luskin. That's the whole reason why it's called Luskin. This is the historical book. It's the only reason why I'm explaining this to you. Looks like it was built like an inn, but might be found in the city of Sales, like Luskin. So it's like the architecture is completely different than 10 Towns and everything. It's very Luskin. No, that's fun. The inn has sturdy walls and rotten floorboards. And drafts come up into common room from the cellar. That's fun. And there's rats. Okay.
Correction. There were rats. We have sonar with us.
I saw them.
Get to work, Sonar.
Go away, curse the evil rats.
I will help you.
Get gone.
He just goes into their closet whenever he gets in there. Well, he'll do that. Sorry.
Good lesson learned.
All right, so the Luskin Arms is just an inn. It's not, it doesn't have a tavern or anything like that.
You guys.
So you
Okay.
guys will have to go to the Three Flags Sailing is the tavern.
Hold on.
Three Flags Sailing.
Yeah, it's just down the road.
Do you say sailing or tailing?
Sailing. Sail.
And the inn was called.
The Luskin Arms.
Why is everything got to be so hard to spell?
A Luskin. I don't know, dude.
I grew up with a kid named Lusky.
Luskan.
I wish I
Okay,
could
Golovskin. What?
Yeah.
Arms.
Yeah, we're waking up in the arms. Just stay out of the pit.
That's right. You can't hug your children with Luskin arms.
Mm-hmm. They'll bleed.
No, I went to school with a kid named Lusky.
Did he have big arms?
No, he
Okay.
wore a cape
Oh,
and a Naruto headband.
Dude, he sounds like a badass
Any
guy.
Naruto run?
Yeah, he got his ass kicked a lot.
You know what's bullshit?
I don't know about badass,
They
but
they call it Naruto Run, but they did that shit in Dragon Ball.
yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
but Naruto kind of made it a little more famous.
I
'cause
talked-
they
And
just
did
started
it
flying.
better.
I was playing
They
with
did it
this.
better.
Listen, I was playing with this kid on fucking Fortnite one time. Not he's like 16, and he goes.
Weird.
No, he I told him that the Naruto run. I was like, I don't know why they call it the Naruto run. Did that shit on Dragon Ball. He goes, no, they didn't. I was like, yeah, dude, they literally did it. You can see Goku and Krillin running around like that as like a little kid. No, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Naruto did it first. And I was like, okay, and he ended up leaving because he got mad about it.
It's because Dragon Ball wasn't one of the big three. Z was.
Yeah.
Dragon
But you
Ball
know
came
what?
out like in the 80s. so-
Goku and Piccolo did it whenever Raditz was there. That's how they ran.
They even fly that way. Like whenever they're not like fully up in the air and shit, and they're just hovering off the ground,
They're just
they
going
fly with their
this.
arms back and
Yep.
shit. So it's all the same.
Yep. That dude.
forgot
And have you
freaked
ever
out.
seen somebody run like that in real life? They look stupid.
I
Yeah.
do.
As soon as that
Yeah, you
stupid
don't
ass
run like
Bernard-
that, dude. Come on, man.
Is that how you run? I hope you fall and hit your face on the ground every time.
You got to lean forward, man. You got to lean into it.
Yeah, you gotta really lean into the pavement. You gotta really lean into it.
Really lean into it. Get some teeth there. Open
So
them
we're
up.
waking up. We're waking up. Let's get back on topic so we can get like midnight's the latest I can ever go.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck.
No, I'm missing. Then,
I did that so it fits in.
yeah, you guys are free to roam. You wake up in the fucking Lufkin Arms. The tavern is up the road north, just north of the Lufkin Arms. So, what are you guys doing? There it is.
I think I'm going off with Bittner, right? Let's go, big buddy.
Well, we haven't
know.
discussed that in game
I
yet.
know.
Yeah, no. So what's your plan, Lizard Man? What you thinking?
Are you guys going up to the Three Flags Sailing, or are you just standing in the middle of?
No, we're just talking to each other before we leave the Alaskan Arms.
Okay.
Hold on. So before we do any of that, I wake up and I get Zinji up because we usually share a room anyways. And I tell
You
I
guys
let
are all in the
Zinji.
same room on this one.
Oh, okay.
One big
Well
bed.
then, oh, dang it!
We'll still be asleep cuddling.
Is
Me
that
and
at least-
Valhard are cuddling.
Is it at least a king size?
Doesn't matter to you. You're the smallest thing there.
Oh, I know.
One big
I'm
bed.
They'll just put you in a drawer if they need.
I'm the little
You're
spoon. Trust me.
You're in the Bjorn still, and we're just spooning.
I like that. Yeah.
We were just so tuckered from the fight. We just fell collapsed in the bed.
Or if they Bismarck collapsed and Valhar got stuck, but was also tired.
Okay.
Right, so what are you doing?
So I wake up and I think out to Zenji because Zenji doesn't sleep.
No, like
Hey, I think that we should have Bitnor. Hey, I think we should have Bitnor
that's what
take Valharg and we should go roam the scenes
they didn't teach
of
us
the
science.
tavern and try to drum up business and figure out what's going on around here.
You guys gonna get straight to business without eating?
Yeah, me? Yeah. I mean, we're in the room. I can't.
I only have
Like, I don't want to talk in front of people. So
Still
I
playing
have
what we're
proven,
doing.
You hear my
I have proven that
I
I'm
didn't mean
not.
to interrupt. Go ahead. I apologize.
you enter or you hear my reply. Shouldn't we get something to eat first?
Yes, of course, but I'm just trying to come up with a plan before we wake up these two fools.
There's something different about Benton. I don't think he's quite the same as he used to be. Something's changed.
Maybe it's all the mother's milk he's been drinking.
It could be that, or I don't know. Some's different about him.
I do think that I have to thank him for saving my life. I do appreciate that. Maybe he is actually on our side.
Yes, that I would agree with that.
So let's get them up and get together and go have breakfast. I guess
Well, I want to wake up anyway. Because I've been hanging like this all night. And then I'm just going to be like, ugh. And then I'm going to be like stretching and smack Bitnor in the face as I'm stretching.
Oh,
Oh. Sorry.
I'm gonna immediately unclip you, and you fall off of me and onto the floor.
I'll do it before we were standing up.
No, but it's probably
Oh, okay,
we're on the
I'm
edge
hanging,
of the bed.
hanging off.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
can
got
roll
that.
off me.
Ugh, what the hell? Oh, my neck. I'm Bitnor. Jeez.
You made my belly all sweaty.
Why didn't you
Sorry.
unclip me last night?
I made myself laugh.
Why didn't you unclip me last night?
Oh, you asked me not to. You don't remember?
What? No, I don't remember that. I just remember being excited. We finally got back
We were
to.
cold. That's what we were. We were cold.
Oh, that's
We know
true.
how it is on those cold nights.
Oh yeah, that's
Don't
right.
think too much of it. You fell down the stairs. It's okay, little man.
Oh, that's no excuse to drop me on the floor.
Oh, accidents.
Ah,
Go ahead and give you a little pat of guidance. It won't make you feel better, but might help you do something later.
it's okay, Bitnor. Where's Horix's?
They're right in front of us. Take a look.
Oh, what are you doing?
Hello.
You plotting
Hello, little guy.
plotting against us? Okay.
No,
It's
actually,
cute.
I was just
Yes, we are
coming to wake
discussing.
you up.
No, we were discussing on how to chop you up, just to make the best stew.
I think it's time to go down and get some breakfast, Bitnor.
I'm better
Haven't
slow
you ever
roasted
had
than big
halfling stew?
chunks.
Haven't you ever had halfling stew? It's pretty good.
Well, I won't tell you the honest truth of that, but
I want to
it
stare.
is pretty good.
I want to stare at Zinji for like at least like a good minute, like straight at her, and then say, "Okay, I don't know if I trust this one," and then walk away. I want to go down and get breakfast.
Well, we're gonna embark together.
Halfling stew.
As Bentnor's leaving, I walk up and I pat him on the back, and I'm like, I really appreciate everything you did for me yesterday.
Oh yeah, not a problem. And I'm gonna go ahead and pat you on the back too and give you guidance.
Okay.
So in case you need that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you know
Every
what guidance does?
Doesn't it help? Like guidance would help, like
It literally
me.
only lasts a minute. I'm just making you guys shiny and golden for like a second, just for fun.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not
I thought
really
it was
giving
like
you guys
gonna help me.
anything.
I thought guidance would
Sorry.
be like awareness type stuff.
No, I can just make radiant magic for fun for free, so I'm gonna do it. Like guidance, everyone, every minute, come to me. Let me touch you. I'm still drunk from last night. I'm sorry, guys.
Must be all that extra mother's milk.
Gotta tell you, it's got something in it. I definitely got a craving for knowledge I don't think I ever had before. So, speaking of knowledge, where off to are we once we get some breakfast? This is
Are
a
we-
town we
are
had
we-
those
okay,
murders,
so-
right? Human
Hold
shipwreck.
on. I look around while he's telling me this. Is there anyone while we're walking down to breakfast around us?
Well, we have to go to the Three Flags to
I mean,
get breakfast, don't we?
there's people about.
So we would just be walking to the Three Flags, right?
No, we're walking downstairs. The inn would have food, I believe.
The inn doesn't serve food.
Okay.
Yeah,
More
that
of
is-
like it's like
So we would be
kinda
on
like
the street.
Nancy's places in Lonelywood.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
would
this
be
is
on
a
the
bed and
street right
breakfast
now.
without the breakfast. So
So it'd be if there's
Oh.
any people on the street with us overhearing us.
So I look at him and I tell Bentnor, I don't think we should discuss so loudly while we're in town. We should try to do this in a little bit quieter fashion.
The old cloak and dagger. I get it. All right, fancy stuff. Well, I'm just here, spreading the faith, and I'm going to grab my fake suspenders, which would be the baby Bjorn. Going to stretch them out. Mm-hmm.
I think that you should help Valharg with.
I get your
keeping
meaning.
him-
You don't even have to finish that sentence. Valhart,
Hey,
You want on the Bjorn or you want on my shoulders? And I'm gonna go ahead and grab the bush.
I'm jumping in my seat. You said you had your
All right.
arm. You said you had your hand held up, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kneel down,
I want
and
to.
so you can get in.
Well, I want to run and jump off your hand, and do like a little front flip into your into the baby Bjorn.
You want to try to catch? Okay, flip you up and then hold the Bjorn out and try to catch you.
Well, yeah, like because you said you were holding it out, and then you.
I'm gonna be trying this with my 2-year-old tomorrow. Yes, this sounds fun.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have Ventnor do a perception roll. Just because you're doing some weird shit out of nowhere, just to see if he recognizes it, and we'll go from there.
I got a 19. So.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, you've seen him do this a few times. I mean, it's kind of part of what they do. Now go ahead and do an acrobatics roll, Clinton.
Yeah, that's what it's the most likely that is that there was a round.
All I heard was "uh-oh."
10.
I'll say it didn't look good. It was more of a twist than a flip.
Okay.
But yeah. Sure.
But lands in, and I.
Oh, my nuts!
I tell you, gotta lift the sack, and then I clip you. Clip you in. As I'm, settling back in, I'm gonna reach up and grab the bush off my head, and I'm gonna hold the bush out to Horxus. Horxus, you mind holding on to Twigman for me? He'll give you some berries if you need, but I think he'll give you a more, let's say, nice demeanor.
What do you mean, nice demeanor?
It's a known, goodly creature. So you'd seem more like a goodly creature yourself if it was chilling on you. It's an awakened bush, so its alignment is good, and it would be known to be good. So it wouldn't be hanging around a monster. So you might get better cred talking to people if you had it with you.
I understand that, but I'm
and now
kind of feel like I've got to be in the shadows.
It was found with a monstrous person.
And now I'm
and
just
as I'm talking to him, I am putting the bush on him.
Grass mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah, I am trying to put the bush on him as I'm saying this. So balls in your court, Horxes.
I mean,
I'm putting this bush on you, and the balls in the bush's court. We'll see if he.
Where are you putting this bush on me at? Like
I'm trying to put him right on your
head?
shoulder, just right on your shoulder,
back,
and he'll just put his roots and hold onto your shoulder.
On his back, dude. I feel like that's the best. Like right behind it, like where it's
like a dinosaur, like a little stegosaurus bush fin.
What I ask
No,
is,
you can choose where you want it, man. You just grab my hand and put the bush
Coleman,
if you want.
Take it. It's full of berries that heal you. Sorry, I'll be quiet.
We can roll in the berries. What was it? I just rolled a d20 that thing.
Yeah, because it's been a
do
day.
you think that this bush would weave in with my hair?
Berries.
I think you can ask. Go ahead and hold him up to your hair and then ask him if he'd like to weave his roots in your hair and see what he does. It's alive, Horxus. He's alive.
So I'm looking very strangely at it, and I'm like, do you think that you could weave in with my hair? I don't know. I don't know how to talk to this creature, so I mean.
Well, you did it. I think you did good. Let's see what he does. Hold him up to your hair.
You don't have hair, so.
Well, it's like kind of like not hair, but like.
You're talking about like a fucking Argonian.
I don't know. Did you see the one that I've got? The picture on my profile.
They were like fur dreads, right? It was like furry dread type.
Yeah, it's kind of like it. Kind of looks like.
So either way, you're.
Oh, so you do have hair. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not even gonna fucking look at it. I don't care. Fucking hair.
What's this bush do?
It just sits on its head.
It's pretty rough. So
it doesn't really grow roots. I mean, like.
No, he would just wrap the roots that he had.
Hair, and you feel it kind of like entwine a little bit with it.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, second.
Sweet. Now you got like a bush afro going on.
But like, it's doing its best.
Well, I want it to be able to hold on for whenever
No,
I'm
it's
being
holding on.
stealthy.
It already knows how to hold on, but like for your specific request of like how you want it.
Well, it can
And
also compress down. Like if
are
you
you
have a
trying to
hood,
like
you can
make it
put a hood
almost
over
like
it.
like an afro on your head?
No, I'm
imagining
kind of
you're
trying to
a
make it
samurai.
look like
Oh, it's just sitting
know.
on you? Yeah, it
more
just
like
sits on.
more like a Indian headdress type thing.
Yeah, it does it.
Turban.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, Twigman can manipulate his leaves in any fashion, desired choice you have.
You know, I'm not fond of that thing, but you better take care of it, because Benor loves it.
What you just say, little man? Not fond of. All right. Well, we'll work on that. I don't know where that's coming from.
It all originated from
Twigman's a saint.
He looks at me weird.
He's better than all of us. I'll have you know.
Oh,
You
yeah?
see like a
Can
like a little
he-
branch flick, and then like a berry hits Valhard right in the head.
See? I told you. And I just like look at him weird, I guess.
I reached
I
my
picked up-
hand up. I reached my hand up above my head and I said, "Give me a high five." Or should I say twig?
You feel a little leaf come down and like tickle your hand.
Yes,
And
he's
it's, like, flat
delightful. I think you'll enjoy him, Marcus. Well,
Well, I'm
breakfast.
happy about that. Sorry.
Well, good. We're all happy. Sonar, keep close, keep quiet. You freak people out. Stay with me.
Okay. Sonar.
Okay.
Who are you
All
again?
Sonar. Oh, Sonar.
That's pretty good. I mean, we're working on it. We got that inside base going. All
Right,
right,
boss.
so we're heading
All right.
to Three Flags Sailing.
So how far down is Three Flags sailing down from the?
You give or take.
So I mean, by now we should have gotten there.
Yeah,
I
you
would-
get
Yeah.
there. I mean, we can just say you're there. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and in meta,
Uh,
we stopped discussing our plans so we can discreetly discuss it over breakfast.
All right, so you guys enter. When you guys get in there, you notice a lot of like working men, a lot of the fishermen are in there having a bite to eat before they go out. You see a plump, gray-haired widow named Ethan Yarbrow.
Ethan Yarbrow.
Yep, it is a woman. Okay. Better known as Ma.
Mom.
All right.
And what race? What did you say?
Human.
Human?
The old lady.
Old lady.
Everybody calls Mom. Ma. She fusses over the fishers as if they were her children.
I'm not nervous about
All right. So is this who we see whenever we come in, you said?
I just always watch.
Yeah, I mean, you see all the other people that are eating and stuff, but like she's sitting there
So I don't
at a table getting orders, and then you see a couple other like employees walking around as well. But she's definitely like the most noticeable there. She's
It's
dressed a little bit better, but you know, very motherly. Has like on the like the frilly little apron that you would see in like the 1800 movies and shit.
as soon as I catch her eye, I'm gonna elbow bump Porksis and say,
In fact,
hey,
I'm just kind of picturing Kathy Bates and fucking
that's kind of what I was
Jessica Chastain.
picturing.
Honestly, dude, I couldn't really understand what you were saying because your wife was talking the whole time. And like
Why are you guys so loud?
y'all's voices were like mixing.
I'm trying to fix the sensitivity.
I know. I'm so
Damn,
sorry.
Clinton, you're mean, man.
I didn't understand what he said.
You're like not even letting his wife be able to talk and enjoy her life.
Shut up, Jessica.
This is
Shut
one.
the hell up.
This is literally one day out of 2 weeks. I
You're
don't.
ruining my one day.
I
Yeah,
know. I
that's funny.
just didn't understand what he said in that, like that.
He was describing Ethan Yarbrow.
It fucked
She's
with-
known as Ma. She's an old lady. It's the person that we see. She's more well dressed. And we can tell on the offset of just seeing her that she's probably the proprietor of the establishment.
Oh, so
is
it's
what
just
he
a
was
rich
explaining.
chick. That,
No,
like,
not
owns-
necessarily a
owns
rich
the
chick,
place.
but the rest of the people are like fishermen and stuff like that. So she's definitely not a fisherman or a worker. She's
Oh, I thought she like owned the
more
place.
dressed, better dressed than the other people that are customer based.
Yeah, see, my guy's just
But
like,
as soon
"Can you
as we
smoke?"
see her, I'll bump Horxus and say, if anybody knows anything in this town, I would say it's her.
Okay.
I concur.
Who's taking a whack at the old lady? You want to give it a spice run?
She seems like she's the proprietor. I'm gonna try and go talk trade and see what else we can find out about this.
Oh, trade. When he
Fair
said
enough.
whack,
After breakfast, me and Valhard can hit the docks and spread the good mother milk word. I gotta quit saying mother milk. You guys got me started.
Am I
doing it.
eating?
Spread the word of the dairy bowl.
We are eating, correct?
Yeah. We're
Okay.
just getting a table, and I'm whisper talking to you as we're getting a table.
I'm eating eggs and ham, bacon.
They don't have eggs.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like
Fucking
discreet
have
whisper
eggs.
talking to you because we're trying to be more discreet. So that's kind of what I'm playing at. Instead of
Yeah.
sitting there and having a full conversation.
Well, I forgot what I was gonna say earlier, but we're good. Sorry.
I'm
So
gonna
as
unstrap you, by the way, when we walk in, Valhark. I'm not gonna keep you Bjorned up while we're in a bar.
I drop and I stretch for a minute, and I rub my back and be like, I don't know if I like that. But
Yeah,
then
you guys
Do you
Yeah.
stretch like a kitty? Do you like put your feet and hands on the ground and like arch your back up?
No, I stretch like a human. I'm just small. Leave me alone.
Do you,
I don't know
do you have to?
what's the point in picking on the small guy.
Wish I could pick you up by the scruff is all.
I do not fit in the glove box. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think the Bjorn's only going to work if we're really trudging and trying to do long distance. As far as in-town work, probably should use your legs. It's more of a novelty.
Yeah,
do I
in
need
town.
to feed my
in
bush?
town,
He can
I'll
always
walk-
take.
Hey, you know what? I won't make you carry me all the time because I gotta use these legs to make sure that they stay thick and ready to jump and pounce anytime I want to try and kick somebody in the face because I have to jump. You know.
Well, I use you to stay strong. I can't hit the gym while adventuring.
You know what? We have a problem then. You know what? We'll do both of them. I'm gonna work my legs when we're in town. So if I'm in town, I'll walk, and then when we're walking and to go to wherever, I'll make sure to be in the Bjorn, and you can get your exercise that way.
You think if you were in the Bjorn and I did my burpees in the morning, you'd die?
I'm not doing that. I don't feel like being shook that hard.
Okay, I was just curious.
But I can do burpees with you. You gotta remind me every morning. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be wanting to get food.
All right, so we get a table.
Yeah, of course. I'm hungry as fuck.
We're waving over a server. Do we get a server or do we get to approach Ma?
I want to sit down at the bar area. Is there a bar area?
Well, we're trying to get a table so we can discuss, have a conversation, party conversation.
Okay, that's fine too.
Yeah, I don't think the bar would be a good place to discuss. I think we need a table.
DM, do us blind people see a table that we can inhabit?
Yeah,
We already
no,
got-
I'm feeling good with it. So.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, so I mean, there's open tables. You're greeted with a couple employees saying, "Yeah, just grab a seat anywhere." Yeah, well. So you guys.
All right,
As
we
they
got a table.
visually work around and trying to feed all these fishermen before they go out for the morning.
All right, and we got food, right?
You guys haven't even sang.
Okay. Well, all I'm
Well, we
saying,
sit.
I'm sitting down and I want some food, and I want to be like, all right. So what are we doing, Bentnor? You got any plans for today?
Yeah, we're gonna hit the docks and we're gonna spread the word of the Dairy Bowl and see how the townsfolk of Targus are doing.
Mm.
See if anybody needs any healing, anybody needs any well wishing or hopes. Maybe if somebody has the money for it, I can marry somebody. Who knows? Maybe make a little money myself.
I'm
And then I'm gonna wink at Horxus. Like a really hard wink.
All right. So as you guys are
You're gonna wink
talking,
back.
What does that mean?
Ethan Yarborough walks up and goes, "Well, how y'all doing this morning? You call me it's my establishment. What can I get for y'all today?"
I want eggs. I just want eggs. And
Okay,
bacon.
yeah, little man, you got your
Ham.
man.
Pig.
Ham. Got some
If you're
kid.
going to be active,
You got some
careful,
kids.
If I could get a pitcher of milk for the table,
I was stagnant.
Oh, definitely.
perhaps some bread and a plate of sausages, some bacon,
I'm lactose intolerant. I can't drink milk. I'm kidding.
and
That's
butter.
hilarious.
I'll hit you if you say that. Don't ever say that again. I shake.
I got the
And some
stomach
butter
of a
for the
rock.
table.
So violent. Oh, Gary, you're big. You're muscly. Huh?
And manly.
I want the
Oh,
made
I
it
look-
too. I
want the extra big
today.
breakfast.
Yeah, definitely. What? Yeah. Wow. Very curious. All right, and you young lady?
I'll take just something light. It doesn't really matter.
Light beer,
Wow,
she said.
I'm not surprised, but gotta put a little meat on them bones. If you know what I'm saying. You gotta stay warm out there.
I kind of pull my or bear cloak around me a little tighter. You're not lying.
I got something for you, honey. I'll be right back. Then she leaves. Comes back,
She
brings
was
food and everything after a few minutes or whatever. Well, y'all enjoy it. And if you need anything, just yell for mom.
I had a question for you before you go.
Hey.
Did you say Ma?
Yeah, like mother.
Well, yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
You're quite welcome.
I love. Is there any local parishes here in Targus?
Oh, there's a church down the street. Several different churches to several different guys. I mean, throughout the city. Not very many. I mean, it's not that big of a city, and to be honest, most people kind of a little more worried about the Frost Maiden right now than religion.
They're worried about Frost Maiden, you said?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a habitual winner for many years now.
Oh,
Habitual.
the habitual winter?
Yeah, what'd you say?
which
Habitual
you-
winter? Okay.
Winter, yeah, no, which you and Val are definitely not more than.
But right now I'm eating my food. Did we already get our food?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like chomping on my food and be like, "What do you mean?"
Oh, you're getting it on your chin, honey. And she grabs a napkin and wipes your face a little bit. Such a cute little guy. Little animal.
We've went through a bunch of different winters. I think we know how to hold the cold.
Oh, but we're stronger
dude.
than most, little man. We're stronger than most.
You know what? You're right, and I do.
I wasn't worried about you burly little men.
Is there
Worried
any
about the young
activity? Is there any
Oh,
worship of the Frost Maiden that you know of within town?
Oh no! Worships the Frost Man. I mean, they do offer, sadly enough, sacrifice, which is barbaric, and I don't necessarily.
Well, certainly barbaric.
But
I'm a
I'm not
barbarian.
one to make rules in this town. I'm just, a lady trying to feed folk.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. The food's wonderful.
I
Hey,
love
I'm
it
gonna
so
start
much.
putting some sausage. I'm gonna start putting some sausage in my knapsack, and I'm gonna save half of my breakfast and take with me.
I'm eating all this, and I want to put a little bit of mayo on it.
Yeah, I want some side sausage and some bacon to take with me.
I honestly don't know when mayo was made. It's probably I don't know.
Technically, mayo does exist in the game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mayo's on it.
Pretty much all foods are in D&D in some way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, if I'm not mistaken, the jar of alchemy can
Is
produce
spicy
mayonnaise.
mayo in it then? Because honestly, I was thinking about that sriracha spicy mayo. Ah, it's so good.
And Mother, one more thing before you leave.
Mother
It's mine.
milk. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ma. If you could send me 3 to 4 extra loaves of bread to the
Oh,
table.
I don't have cash
I'd-
yet.
What?
Not just fucking around.
Oh, if you
I
could
said I
send
don't
me
have
3 or
cash
4
yet.
extra loaves of bread, I'd really like to be able to help out some of the more disenfranchised.
Oh, definitely. I'm always for giving people food for money. And you see him just leave off into the back real quick and bring out 5 loaves of bread. Here, I give you a couple little extra on it. That you so
Thank you so much, Ma.
And then, like, as she puts it down, she like brushes your giant bicep. Getting really goosebumps.
As she touches me, I want to flex and give her guidance.
And I want to say, I've never had a mom before. Is that the way they act?
And there's probably a reason for that.
Since it lasts for a minute and it's concentration, I'm going to just keep my flex for that minute. Sorry.
I wish I had a mother.
Well, let's not make this a
Ma.
sad experience. Eat your breakfast.
Well, she's touching all over you. I never had somebody to touch on me like that.
You got an MC. Just keep holding out, man. You'll get the touches. Hope
Holy
she
hell.
doesn't peg you, though.
Do I need to feed my bush?
Is this how we have sex? No, I'm kidding.
It's how we have sex, little man.
I thought it was the other.
Both of us stink.
You gotta let me be Nimsy again.
No, we're not doing that. I'm not getting pegged.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll let Ma go.
Whoa.
I will
But I
back
think
out.
I'm all
He is
set.
that way.
I'm all set for hitting the town. Whenever you guys are ready to split.
Is there anything else you guys want to ask?
I want to ask
Good
Horxes
old-
something. I'm done with Ma. Anybody want to ask Ma something?
At the moment, I'm not gonna talk with Mom.
Yeah, I figured you'd go back to her because she knows
Well,
some shit.
Yeah. Well, I admit, actually, my headphones died when you seen me fumble around putting this cord in, so I didn't hear any of the conversation that she was telling you
It
about
was
the
just
broad
basic
baby.
shit. It really wasn't
Oh,
Yeah, I was trying to write it down, so I got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Zenjiel, I asked Ma, you wouldn't happen to know anyone who could give us some more information about the murder, would you?
Yeah, that's a fancy little trick you did there.
Have you seen anybody suspicious?
I'm sorry, I had to learn a new trick because I've lost my voice box.
Makes sense. I've been around some magic folk here and there, so it's not. It wouldn't. Everybody's got to talk. Yeah. Well, the murder. Oh, that's very sad. Very sad.
Were they wearing a hood?
I would guess. What's wrong with your little friend? How old are you? Is he really? Is he a halfling or is he a child?
Oh. Now I'm a child. And I kick the ground. And I'll turn around and walk away.
All right, guys. I guess we're hitting the town, and then I'm gonna follow Valhard
Hold on.
and grab
Hold on,
Sonar.
hold on.
No, he's still trying to read.
I just can't remember
Okay.
the details of
You keep running off, Valhard.
Argos.
You gotta quit running away.
All right.
I'm gonna put a leash on this
Yeah.
Bjorn.
I mean, he was a young shipbuilder in here in town. some folks suspect that he had tried to skip out on the lottery and paid somebody off, so he didn't get sacrificed. Well, I mean, it looks like it didn't work. It's damn shame. Damn shame. I mean, it's the saddest thing. So
Do
young,
we?
so muscular.
How well known is the lottery to surrounding towns?
Oh, it's a part of their everyday life.
Right, but I mean, like we would know that would be something that we should know, even if we were from another
Yeah,
town.
there's I mean, it's just normal 10-town things. There's several towns that practice the sacrifice, and
Okay.
the murders have been happening around those.
Okay. Well, I just like I didn't want to know like if it was like or I'd be like I understand like you know what I'm saying. I didn't know if I should know
No,
that there
yeah,
was a
I get it. I
lottery
get it.
going
I get
on.
it. It's pretty widely known fact.
Would
Okay.
would there be
I-
anyone we could talk to maybe get more information on what happened, Ma?
I mean, not necessarily, but pretty much everybody knows everything. I mean, that they found the boy dead. He had a knife dagger through his heart. The strangest damn thing. I mean, some people, curse the Frost Maiden, and, I could see why they do that. But, I mean, since nobody's really seen the Frost Maiden, I highly doubt some maiden of the night's just coming down stabbing fucking shipbuilders in the heart. Knife daggers, so they're weird, but, to each their own. I ain't here to judge, you know what I mean? I just wish they wouldn't kill my customer.
DM, can I insight check her to try to see if I think she's being entirely forefront whenever she describes these things as weird? Or is this really regular and she might know a little bit more than she's letting on?
You know that?
Let's see if I got any pluses on insight. I should have had that up when I asked. My apologies, guys.
Unaccepted.
Fuck.
Plus one million. What did you get?
Here we go. It's a +3, so I got 18.
All right, she's really fucking genuine.
Genuine that it seems
Listens
a
to everything.
strange occurrence.
She doesn't. Yeah, it's a weird occurrence that like the murder happened, not the sacrifice. Like she didn't like the sacrifice, but like after
Yeah, but
murder,
the
like, that
means
doesn't
of how the murder
necessarily-
happened.
Yeah, like
So like
murders
the
aren't
ice
necessarily
dagger and the
super rare, but they are still uncommon in Targos. But the nature of it, and then the other talk between the other 10 towns, well, at least East Haven and Brinchander having identical murders and stuff like that. She talked a little bit about that. It's pretty much the shit you guys already know for the most part. When it comes to
okay, I just want to make sure.
the murder.
With her describing it that way, I was trying to see if she was trying to put us off of her trail. Or trying to, you know what I mean. Anyways.
Well, I appreciate the food. It was delicious. I also wouldn't mind talking some business with you.
There you go.
I said, I appreciate it. The food was delicious. I wouldn't mind whenever you have some time talking a little bit of business with you while I'm in town.
Oh, definitely. We could talk anytime. Strange little creature like you. I'd love to have a little bit of your time. Does that tail grow back?
No, man.
You guys always vote for
Oh,
No, Ma. But we're just in town, and we're trying to set up a trade route. We are the inn and tavern keepers for the Ramshackle there in Lonelywood.
Oh, dang, yeah. I heard somebody fix that place up. Haven't been up there myself, so yeah, definitely. I work with other traders and stuff like that, and
I want to pop up and I want to say,
go ahead
we're
and
not a
persuade.
cult.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Go ahead and roll persuasion. Works this.
19? Is that good?
I'll be willing to talk some more about that.
Well,
Yeah, here's my information. Just you know where I'm at already.
I
This
sure
is my
do.
actual name and stuff like that. And we can go into a fifth capacity maybe, and maybe we can get something bigger for 10 times going. Ooh, it's just exciting. Love meeting new people.
I think it could be a good thing all the way around.
All
And
right.
you said you hadn't been up there in a while. Anytime you feel like you want to come up, the room's on the house.
Well, ain't that swell? I'll have to come. I mean, Nimsy will be plenty upset that I probably won't stay with her, but I really would like to see what y'all do with the place.
Of course. Good to know that you know Nimsy. Valharg over
Nimsy's
here.
been. Go ahead.
And Valharg over here, he's real sweet on her.
Good luck with that little one.
I don't like the way this guy is talking about my girl, and I stare at him.
Hey, you need to respect Mom.
It's an old woman, Valharg.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Your little friends are weird.
We're gonna hit the town and grab him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then
Get him out of here. Go have fun. We got
We
Kenny in the
exit.
back.
You guys can continue your conversation. We can get back to us.
So,
Yeah, she's totally on board. We'll just skip it.
okay. Well, I was gonna ask her. I was gonna ask her if there might be any other people in town who might want to set up trade with us as well.
All right, yeah.
That's where this is
definitely.
going. Like, I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I totally forgot there was another. I know I'm trying to like push us forward a little bit faster.
I get it.
I'm having
But
fun.
you're right. I know you are.
Choo-choo.
We all are. All right. So yeah, down the street a ways. You got. Well, I mean, it's towards the middle of town or whatever. But you know, just head west towards the center of town a bit, and yeah, you'll find the Triglio. Oh man,
Hold on one second. You say
Triglio. Yeah, Triglio. Triglio.
Triglio. Okay. Well, I much appreciate.
It's ran by a nice gentleman named Justin. He's a bit like a scarecrow looking fella. You can't really miss him. I mean, he got a gimpy left hand and all from the accident. You know, he got crushed in a collision with a boat from Tourmaline. A lot of tension, ruined his career. And then he was able to set up shop when he got back on his feet after he got sober. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. That's more his business.
Well,
5 years now.
you know, that's
Made myself laugh.
sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all the conversation and your willingness to work with us. And I think I might just go have a chat with Justin.
Well, you bring that muscly boy back here anytime you like. You hear me?
You really do like the muscles, don't you?
She does reach out and touch him. I've never seen these kind of muscles before. Interesting. Tell that big fella to come back.
Will do.
Are you
Nice
sure that
seeing
fella
you,
don't come
Mom.
back?
I'm sure.
All right. I believe you.
Have a mighty great day.
You too.
Zenji, you ready?
Yes. Absolutely.
Let's go down to the Triglio. So me and Zenji start heading to the Triglio.
All right. Nor and Valor, you're going to the docks.
Correct.
Nor. Little brother. Where are you? I missed you so long.
So we bust out of the Three Flags. Me holding Valharg, kind of cupping his mouth while he's still shouting things. And I have sonar in tow. And as soon as we get out front, I set Valharg down and I say, "Listen, this is a great day, and I have a big smile on my face, and I have a very intense happiness and look on my face, and I tell you, now I teach you community outreach.
What do you
Are you ready,
mean?
little man?
What
Oh,
is?
you'll know all about it. And I hand you 3 loaves of bread. And I say, let's head to the docks. We
Okay.
start making our way to the
I
docks.
start trying to eat the bread as we're
I slap your hand. No, 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 no. That's for people that don't have money. You'll see. Come on, let's go. And I give the other 2 loaves to Sonar.
May I ask where the bush is? Is it still on?
The bush is
Bush
on
doesn't move.
Horxus.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was making look more kindly.
Yeah, to give him like a more friendly demeanor. Try to make it was my like little outreach to Horxus, trying to help him feel more acclimated to human society, like feel more comfortable in the city if he can find a way to
I
lessen
totally
his
forgot to play that into
Well, he
the
has a
dangerous
fucking
appearance.
bush sitting on his face.
Well, you know, but it is technically a known goodly creature, so I figured that would be a positive, at least in social interactions, to keep people from having a negative reaction to you on the offset.
Dude, Annie's a lizard.
But just an idea. I mean, I don't know. That's entirely up to the DM.
I mean, yeah. No split.
They like to hide under
Community
trees.
outreach. Are you ready, Valhard?
Yes, let's go.
Oh joy.
All right.
Sorry, I lost.
All right, so let's do. I'll just do a fucking 1 through 3. Porks ascended, and it's a 5. Bentnor, you're up.
What am I rolling? A
Valhard.
d20?
No, you guys aren't rolling anything. I was just trying to see which path we were gonna do first, so I just rolled a 50-50.
Okay, so we're doing Bentnor and Valhard right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
as we head down to the docks, I'm gonna put more of an air of piety on myself. I'm gonna have my amulet in my hand and kind of walk more broad-shouldered and have my chin up and more looking around at people as we're walking.
Well, I'm going to say while he's doing that, sorry, but I want to be.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to be talking to Sonar to the left of me. Is he on the left or right?
It can be you in the middle.
Okay, well, either way, because like I'm in the baby Bjorn, or am I walking?
No, you're walking.
Okay, so I'm walking. So I'm just gonna be walking in front of you, and just say, I don't know why you need those lights. I can see in the dark. You just gotta let your eyes adjust.
Well, it's daytime.
Oh, I thought you had lights on.
Huh? No, I'm holding my amulet.
Amulet. I thought you said it was lighting the way. I'm so sorry.
No, just kind of like what a priest would do. You hold your amulet, you hold it by the chain, and the
Give me a
amulet
second,
priest will
my-
go over
My
your
We're-
vape ran
we're
out,
walking
and
into-
I'm not gonna fucking deal with that shit.
We're walking into forest, right?
No, we're going to the docks.
Yeah, the docks. Sorry.
Opposite
Yeah.
of forest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is wood. at the
It's gonna be dark. That's all I was thinking about.
No, it's morning. We just had breakfast.
They were just feeding the fishermen, getting ready for work.
Yeah, dude, I'm drunk
There's-
already.
And what I'm describing is the way that I'm walking, because this is how you fruition. You have to evangelicalize your walking, your body language,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
your
yeah.
speech to try to draw attention to bring people to you.
Trust me,
Yeah,
I
so
draw
I'm putting on
attention.
that church vibe. I'm putting on my pasture coat right now. As I'm
Okay,
walking down the street.
well, we
So
look
you kind of see me
completely.
get serious.
We look weird as fuck because I always walk with my chest out and like my arms like fucking by
No,
my
you
side.
be you, little man. You be you, and I'm just you'll see what we do. And believe me, you'll do a great job. Just being yourself.
Yeah, that's how I always walk around.
You got a kind heart there, little man.
And then I always talk to them like this. I don't know if you can see me, but I like look up at them and be like.
So DM, as we approach the docking area, is there what am I surveying as far as what I'm going to look for is a good collective of people with not that are more settled, like maybe either a fishmonger type area or maybe more of a residential area where there would be people outside. But I'm looking for a group of people, townsfolk. So the whole point, Valharg, of this, by the way, just to let you know, from what we've got going on at home and what I like to do, especially in a new town, why it's so exciting, is this gives me a chance to
Yeah.
spread the word of the Dairy Bowl. Personal passion of mine.
I will definitely go spread your word because I believe in
No,
you.
no. You misunderstand me. You don't have to spread the word of a god you don't believe in. That's disingenuous and people see it right off the bat. And I don't associate with that. What you need to do is show people your kindness. And by that association alone, will bring those to our flock.
So you want me to give people hugs?
No, I want you to give the poor bread.
The
And then I
poor
point at the
bread.
bread in your hand.
What about the poor bread?
No, the hungry. If you see someone, here, I'll find the hungry. You hold on to the bread. Keep it safe.
I'm
And when I
hungry.
find the hungry, you're going to go and give the hungry
I'm
some of the
hungry.
bread.
Can I eat this bread?
No, you can eat some of this sausage and bacon, though. And I pull out my knapsack and I hand you 2 sausage links and 2 bacon strips.
Oh, thank you. I'm so
Even though we just
hungry.
had breakfast and this is for poor people, here you go. Community outreach is quite successful so far.
I'll eat this sausage and shit and give them bread.
All right, so yeah, but that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna look for a group of people. We're gonna ask to see how everyone's doing. We're gonna see if there's anybody that needs some healing and needs some help, and perhaps offer guidance. And from there, the cash will flow.
All right, to the overpasses.
You said to the overpasses?
Sorry. Is that all right?
All right, as far as a meta conversation on horses, and all I got from that, the shipwright human,
So I was
is
holding
he
the
skipped
bread.
out on the. No, you're fine. Is he skipped out on the lottery?
Yeah.
Is the only clue that we got from that whole conversation.
Well, I mean, it's not really that big of a clue. That's also what Flynn was saying. That they were all suspected of, like, paying off somebody so that their name didn't come up in it.
Okay, but
Trying
yeah, it
to
was
avoid being
what
sacrificed.
everybody basically suspects from his murder.
Yeah.
Okay. And then yeah, whenever you're ready, I want to do an investigation and see if I can find a group of town folks and start parishioning.
Yeah, you're by the docks. Now, I mean, you see guys working and stuff like that. People walking about, come to the tavern, leaving the tavern.
I think everybody's suspicious, and that's what I tell Bitnor.
That's good. Just internalize it, little man.
But like right in front of you by the docks, you do see like a group of guys that's kind of leaning up against some barrels or whatever that are just waiting on the boat to be put in the dock so they can load up. So they're just standing there waiting.
How many?
I think they're trying to dump something.
How big's the group? How many?
About 5.
How many suitcases do you have?
5. I'm gonna approach the group. Well, hello there, fellows.
Yeah, one of the burly guys seemed to say.
How are you guys feeling today? All in good health? And I hold up my amulet, give it a little wave, big
You
smile.
see that they all kind of just look over at you, pretty confused, and they're like, "What do you want about?" Same man says.
Oh, what I'm on about, spreading the good word. Drink your milk every day.
We don't
If you
have
need
time
some
for
good
any of
healing,
that crap.
come
here.
on by.
Oh man, go ahead and roll persuasion. The burly man
Come
immediately.
on, natural 20. Natural 20. I'll take it. Let me see what my
So the
plus
burly
is.
man does end up looking down at your amulet at the milk can, and he goes, "My mother was a dairy farmer."
I'd like to think all of our mothers are dairy farmers, but that's for another day, another long conversation.
You have their attention, but
Is there any lesser folk here in town that you can say in Targus that might need some help? Maybe need some uplifting, maybe need some guidance, or just healing in the community in general? Who's hurting?
I also want to ask, have you
pretty
ever
much. Go ahead.
have you ever met somebody that can milk themselves?
He just looks at you, scowls for a second, and then goes right back to Bentmore. I mean, the Frost Maiden's curse has put a burden on pretty much everybody.
Well, I of course
There are
can't lift
people who
curses
are
here.
worse off than others. Sure. Not everybody
Well-
can be like Justin, who can crush his hand and then just start a business. How he did that, never know. Where did he get the money?
Crushed his hand.
Yeah, it was fucking hanging off the side of a boat when you're getting ready to crash another boat and crush your hand between the boats. Fucking idiot.
That was a classic mistake. And you say now he owns the business?
I mean, he is the general store.
General store owner, Justin.
Smart guy with no hands.
Tell me more about this Milky Mother.
Oh, let me tell you in full detail. And then I go ahead and reach in my pocket and I'm going to pull out a rolled up scroll. And on it, I will have some doctrine written out. Just some basic principles on how people should treat one another. Golden rule, of course, being treat others as you wish to be treated.
And
You know,
you
the
can
classic
milk,
little pamphlet for life.
and you can make milk from your titties.
I'm going to go ahead and hand him the scroll and say, if you ever have any desire to learn more, I have a parish going currently attached to home.
You see another
Nice.
younger guy about in his early 20s walk up and he asks, "Can I have one, sir?"
A titty or sorry.
Damn, I only have the one. This awkward. You know, I didn't really
Hey, sir, I can't read, sir.
you know,
It doesn't produce milk. I'm sorry.
I can't really either. I had one of my scribes pen this for
He's
me.
working on it.
I really wasn't supposed to give it away.
He's gonna make it one day.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll read it to you. Thank you, sir. Many thanks.
But do they point me like in a way? Where's a good hot spot for being able to do some healing and some do-gooding?
Just around the
Targus.
docks in general.
Just around the docks. Okay, well then I say let's grab up Targus, or let's grab up that bread and Valharg. Let's hit the docks and let's start talking to people and handing out some bread, healing where we can. If we can find some injuries, I'll hopefully DM if we can take this time. I'd like to train Valharg up while we're doing this on medical proficiency. Teach him how to use my med kit.
Use a
All
med
right,
kit?
yeah, definitely. All right.
If you'll let us roleplay that in. Sorry, I'm sneaking that up on you, Valhart, but might as well use it time wisely.
I'm good.
If you want to learn how to set bones and help with leisures and stuff like
Do
that.
I break it again?
Go
Or
ahead and do an investigation check. Both of you, or one of you with it down right there.
I think you got the better investigation, Valhart.
I feel like you should be rolling. I mean, you're the holy roller, right? You know what I mean?
I have a 0 investigation. I got a 7.
Yeah, so Butcher's roll.
Oh, okay. Let me pull up my. Yeah, I got a 0 on it too. That's fine. Okay.
I didn't get 0.
I got
a.
a.
Oh, sorry.
I got a 18. So on my investigation.
Yeah, right. I mean, so yeah, you spot in like an alleyway like a group of hungry looking kids in tattered fucking looking furs and shit. Look at
How's
my
your
child
chance?
over there.
Go make friends, little man.
You want me to talk to those things?
I want you to give them bread.
Um. Uh. Okay.
I look at you very expectantly, just waving my hands, trying to usher you onto him. Go ahead. Go. You can do this.
Okay.
I'm so happy and excited for you.
I go
Make
down
me
there.
proud, little man.
As like I walk down and say, "Do you guys know about the Milky Mother?"
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you're out of earshot of me, and I'm just like giving you the 2 thumbs up, smiling if you look back at me.
This isn't good. I rolled a 2, and I don't have like any persuasion.
Before you even talk, all the kids scatter off
Oh
in different
fuck!
directions.
I turn around and look at Benor and go like this, like oh my hands up to my head like I don't know.
All right, well, we'll send Sonar in next and see if she can do better.
I can always do better than that, cretin.
Hey, you
Well,
know
keep
what,
it on the
Sonar?
down low now.
Right,
Internalize it.
sonar of the moon elves. You said I could do this outside, right?
Yeah, I did.
Sonar! Sorry, it's been building.
Now, sometimes we gotta let.
I miss the sonar, but that was mean what you said to me, and I'm not giving you a high five this time.
Your hands are greasy, little man.
Hey, you might have
We
to ease up on the type.
We were working on a fist bump anyway.
It just made me think of the bottom G fucking handshake video you sent me.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't get into that. It's captivating. Could I do a general roll though? We haven't really mechanized this, but I'd like to do a general parishioning roll. If I could not role play every single interaction and just see if I can make some money doing some basic healing and see if I can get people interested.
Yeah, we can speed it up that way. That's totally fine.
And also
we'll just
right
do
afterwards,
a percentage roll and shit on, or just do like pretty much like a basic medicine check along with.
And if you choose not to give that bread out, Valhag, you have 3 loaves in your inventory now.
I'm eating all of it.
It's up to you. I bet. Community outreach.
I can give one more away, but if these people don't know how to behave, and what I mean by that is,
I
like,
know
they
everybody's got something wrong with them.
They just want to keep trying to grab the bread while I'm not trying to hand it out. So, like,
and you try to pull it away, like, wait.
Go ahead and do your medicine roll.
Okay, let me pull up that. God, I just need to keep this up.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry. So Valharg, I'm trying to teach you how to use the medicine skill.
Yeah, I'm down. What am I doing?
Because I am very proficient in it. Purple die is on fire tonight. Come on. 19 plus 5, so I got a 24.
All right, so nice. See there. Now let's just do a basic persuasion check. Or you can do performance if you want. I mean, you can count it as performance as well.
Let's see. Persuasion's better. I'd rather do that because it was a 9. So I got 9 plus 3, so 12 on the persuasion.
All right, so yeah, it'll be a general success on persuasion as well. Let's see.
And I was able to make Valhard proficient in medicine kit.
Ah.
In the use of the medicine tools or whatever.
He's gonna have to roll for that.
Okay.
So I can like use.
So yeah, okay.
That's what I'm trying to do, Valhard.
Let's say
so
that you helped 27 people in total. 10 of which asked more information about your cult.
Stop calling it that. No one's actually called it a cult in front of Bentonor, just so you guys know. He's gonna freak the fuck out as soon as that happens.
That's funny. All right, so 10 of which and some more information of the Mexican later. So on and so forth.
We'll see if that drums more
To
business to my church.
But what about Zinji and Horse went off in like a certain direction at one point.
Yeah, we'll go back to him. Do I make any money off of this?
yeah,
It's a generally poor community, so I don't assume I make anything big.
no, it's not gonna be big monies.
You want me to roll?
No, I have a roller here. They're
Yeah.
just way too big.
That's what she said.
All right. Doesn't that make you feel good, Velhark? We helped 27 people. You know that guy with that weird fungus on his foot? That smell will never live out.
It did smell kind of weird, but I kind of liked it.
Okay. This went a different direction.
You don't like the weird smells like that? Maybe
No,
it's
you
just-
get used to the weird smells. I mean, it's like a giant's belly button down there.
I don't know if I like
See.
the giant's belly button, but
Dude, I don't have a med kit. I thought I totally did. And
those feet,
totally did.
the feet were like almost perfect. But yeah, then I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick those up.
I guess I'm just gonna fucking hang around until
It's probably about to cut back over to them because we're finishing up on this. We're not going to get any general knowledge, I don't think, on from the basic town folks here.
no, we didn't talk to the.
Not more than.
Let's say you get 7 gold and 6 copper, or not gold, silver.
Now, of course, while we were
Gold.
healing people, we would be pressing a little bit. I would lightly be pressing. Is there anything that we would have discerned from the locals about where the murder took place?
And I'm also gonna ask
All right,
if anybody's seen anybody that
different
looks
persuasion and
suspicious.
stuff. Like they talk about the general stuff that you guys already know. I mean, depends on what are you specifically asking.
Were they wearing
The actual
a hood?
location.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows where it's at. I mean, that's easy enough information to gather.
Okay, I just don't think us as the party know. Like where in Targus it happened. Okay,
that's
so
fine.
we know where
You find out.
we know where the murder scene is now. So I'll check mark. We know where the murder site is.
Well, he said where the first 3 murders were, and he gave us like 4 locations or something like that.
All right, so whenever you guys do find, never mind.
Yeah, I'll just start keeping my mind open now.
Give me a second.
And looking out
or
for
y'all can
them.
Keep going. I'll just be right back.
Oh yeah, the guy who tells you where the exact location is, he goes, I mean, that was a while back ago, and I mean, it snows every day, so I'm not sure you're gonna find anything out there. I mean, they took the boy's body and then they got rid of it. You know, they took him in the play.
Well, let's just say the Dairy Bowl might uncover more truths that snow can't cover up.
He's one of those guys that's always like playing with his nose and shit. I don't know about any dairy balls or nothing about it. Sounds like a conundrum.
Quite.
Well, you
quite
guys have a great
conundrum.
day. I mean, I gotta get back to work now.
You too. Be safe. And I give him
Oh,
guidance.
all right.
A pat on the shoulder and give him guidance.
That's a big
Flex
hand.
for a minute.
You want to get on the boat?
I gotta go.
You sure?
I think he just fell in love, Valhart. I know Valhart.
No, I need somebody to pick up the net. Jesus Christ.
And it's so tempting to run around with a net as every D&D character
Yeah,
that
but
I make. Okay, yeah. I would say me and Valhart's little portion here would be done until we meet back up with them.
that's fine with me. Sindri, Horses, you're over at the Triglio. You're standing outside of it at this point. Boo. Let me get the description of it back up. Fucking 8-minute build. Alright. Well, it doesn't give a description of the actual building, so it's pretty nondescript building. It says Triglio on the outside. One little window. I'm in a good window. Got the wavy glass. All right, so
I'll
yeah,
look,
you guys get in.
I look over at. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I think over to Zenji. Hey, here it is. Let's go in.
After you.
I walk in first, glance around. What do I see?
You're immediately greeted with a pretty wholesome welcome. This is Triglios. I am Justin. And what can I do for you?
Ah, Justin, just who I was looking for.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I was sent down by Ma. She said that you might be interested in trade. We are the owners of the Ramshackle in Lonelywood.
Oh, are you? I heard that they had fixed that up. I also heard that they have a cult.
A cult?
It's not a
Oh,
cult.
wait.
Did your
Can,
lips not move? That's interesting. You guys are interesting. I like you. What can I get
I
for you?
don't. I think that we were just trying to open up trade. We're trying to see all the different things that we can try to help each other with. So we're looking at different things that we could sell. We also have gambling going on. So we want to get the word around to some of these places and let people know that we have a gambling center as well. Just get the word out. You
All
know,
right. Noted.
we have
So
hunting
just
or we're
so
fishing. We
Justin,
need people for
go
hunting.
ahead.
We have a lot
So
of fishing in our.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll keep my mouth shut till you're done.
We have a lot of fishing in ours. Out where we are, and
fishing everywhere.
right, of course.
This happened to me fishing, and you see this gnarled, weird hand just pop up. Oh! But I just. See what I did there? Justin.
No.
Ah.
So how did you crush your hand?
So there was a seagull, and it was trapped in a rope on the side of the boat, and I didn't see that another boat was coming, and I was just trying to help the bird. Very sad situation. My hand wasn't the only thing crushed that day.
Or bird?
That's all I got to say about that. Pecky! Pecky!
Was this your pet?
No. I just wanted to help the bird, and it died in my hand. And then my hand died. This is all traumatic. I need some water. Go ahead and roll your persuasion for the guild thing. Pecky!
I am laughing really hard. I'm glad I was muted.
I got a 7.
So am I, don't worry.
Both of us or just him?
I don't care. You guys are both doing it, so one can roll with advantage, or you can both roll. Okay.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
You guys get it. All right, go ahead and. Oh, certainly. So we are starting a guild, right?
That is correct.
As he wipes a tear away with his gnarled, nasty hand. Oh, Pecky.
Can I get a perception to see if I feel like he's being honest with us?
An insight?
Yeah, an insight.
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
Truthful as hell. He has no deceitful ticks about him. He seems pretty on board.
I mean, like all the stories and everything. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he seems like, well,
he's 100% honest to your belief, and you feel pretty confident about it.
Okay. Well, I heard you really turned your life around.
Well, I mean, I lost being out on the water and my hand, but I do have more money So I guess the universe giveth and the universe taketh away.
That's one way to put it.
Kind of how it feels.
So this is a mighty fine. I glance around.
He's starting to go all emo now.
I glance around his shop, his general store. What all types of things am I seeing around in the shop?
A lot of fishing supplies type stuff. There's a lot of, hooks, nets, just different things.
So nothing that really looks.
But no, I
like
mean,
it's
you
stolen?
have food and nothing's stolen. Everything's
Okay.
pretty legit. Like it's all new. Everything there's like all the cutlery shiny, without any wear and tear. I mean,
Just
it's pretty. He's a legit business.
Okay.
This may be an unsavory topic to broach, but how would one go about trying to get out of the lottery for the
You
Frost
see,
Maiden?
as you guys were walking around, he just holding his hand in front of him, kind of like Todd from fucking Wedding Crashers, as he's staring at the roads and the ocean. Death, you are my bitch lover. That moment, but like he's holding his hand, kind of like in that pose, just. Okay. And then as soon as you start talking, you go, yes, what is it?
Yes, this may be an unsavory topic to talk about, but we're trying to find out what's going on. How would one go about getting out of the lottery for the Frost Maiden sacrifice?
He snaps to attention on that and goes, you don't do that.
Uh,
Who told you about this?
we
I don't know
actually
anything.
we heard about it from Ma. We was wondering if you might know something.
I mean, the person who controls the lottery would be the town speaker, and that would probably be my first guess, but I would never associate with something like that.
I'm not
As much
saying
as I
you would.
dislike it, apparently it's necessary. I mean, I run a shop. I have one hand, no friends.
What are you talking about? We're in a guild together now. And I pat you on the back.
Guildmate!
Kasha!
Huzzah!
Kasha!
Does your tail grow back?
No. Why does everyone keep asking me this?
Because you're a lizard?
Well, if I was to cut off your rear end, would it grow back?
Pieces. Not the whole thing.
Well, I mean, has your hand grown back yet?
Yeah, Pecky!
I think over to
If someone were
Zenji.
to, if
I think
someone
over
were
to
to try
Zenji, like, maybe we shouldn't try to bring up the bird.
to, or even though it's been asked a lot of him, it's like your hand. If you were to cut off his tail, it wouldn't grow back, just like your hand doesn't grow back.
Why do we have to bring the bird into it?
I said nothing about the bird. I just said your hand.
Becky!
There. I pat the guy on the back.
It's about this time Valharg and Ventnor walk through the doors.
Wait a minute. I thought they were supposed to be waiting at the docks for us.
Yeah, we're just meandering the docks until they make themselves known.
I thought you were
keeping
going
my mind
back to them.
open
Okay,
for
never mind.
Zenji.
Right.
Yeah,
I
we're
thought
just
you
gonna
guys-
wander the docks, and I'm gonna keep my mind open for Zinji. So I was
Okay,
just saying,
alright,
yeah,
that's fine.
in
That's fine. I
general,
misunderstood.
I can't remember what happened when we went back. I can't remember. I know we
Maybe,
said. Go ahead.
Valhard, maybe we should meet back up with them and go see the speaker.
Well, you keep
Or
upsetting
You mean
this
Horcrux,
young
right?
man.
I tend to seem to have a talent for that.
I can tell. There. Justin, we appreciate everything, and we'll be in touch. We leave.
He's just staring at his hand. Like, slightly. I mean, a couple tears come down every now and then. Whispering, Becky.
So I keep my mind open for Zinji.
How far away are we?
You guys find each other just
Okay.
Hey, how did you fare? I ended up catching us a little bit of gold here. And I go ahead and toss a bag to
with 7
Corpses.
silver and 6 copper. And
you said gold.
I corrected
He
it.
You said
corrected it.
7 gold, 6 silver.
No, I said 6
corrected it.
copper both times. But I meant
Yeah,
silver.
he said he meant instead of saying gold, he meant like 7 silver, 6 copper.
Okay, 7 silver, 6 copper. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss that to you.
Okay. Well,
But we'll leave it as canon that you say gold.
Since I always just give you the money, I don't know why. I do.
no, I know. And I pat it and I put it in my pocket. And I said, well, we didn't fare well on earning money now, but we did get another guild member. He seems like an honest businessman. So
What's his
Just
name?
don't ask him about his hand.
His hand. You couldn't possibly be talking about Justin from the general store, could you?
Yeah, that's him.
We got a whole
He-
story for some
he's-
fishermen.
He seems to have some PTSD about a bird.
his Pecky.
His pecky. That's a weird thing to call it.
I've got
He,
one of
he
those.
seemed to be really disturbed about it. I wasn't gonna.
What? Yeah, we weren't going to press too hard.
What about his
I wouldn't
penis?
press too hard on his pecky.
It's a bird, not that.
Yeah, mine's a
Oh,
bird
I hate-
too. It flies.
I hate birds. Gross, awful things.
I let him fly,
Birds aren't real.
Oh,
and he keeps
I
on
would
landing
say,
at one doorstep. Nimsies.
we do
So-
have the general location of the murder site. That's about how we fared.
We
Well-
found that the speaker controls the lottery. We think that would be a good place to go.
The
Inquiring.
speaker, and that is sorry, going meta. The speaker.
Maximil to Shaman.
It is
Okay.
Nair Maxil Dinar.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
See, I
back
was
to
close.
the
Maxi.
I think you had to read it.
Maxi Pass.
okay, so back to the Luskin Arms.
I'm gonna call him
And
Steve.
and Zenji, is there any hoodoo voodoo that you do that might work on sussing out previous magical effects or anything that possibly that I wouldn't be able to do? Because I could go to the murder site and do some investigating, magical investigating.
I'll go and kick
Well,
some
I
rocks
can't
while he's
really do magical investigating. I tend to have more controlling effects, such as moving myself around at will and whatnot.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to go talk to Nerith Maxildar, I can go to the murder site and do some investigating with Sonar here. And,
I am Sonar.
Hard. I'm sure
I'm
Sonar.
outside. I can be loud now. I can say things.
I can
And you
go
see,
kick
as soon as
rocks.
Sonar starts speaking, like a group of people that were walking beside you guys and just around you guys kind of give a wide berth all of a sudden, like, oh, Jesus. Like they didn't notice it until it starts
Hurry,
speaking.
Sonar. Hurry, give them bread.
I'm
Now's your
Sonar, here, have bread. And Sonar reaches back and throws it at a little kid, striking it
Chucks
with
it
a
like a
natural 20,
football.
like right in the back of the head. The little kid just fucking whoo. And the mother turns around to scold whoever just hit the kid, and then sees it. He gets hit with bread. Turns around, sees a fucking mummy. Goes,
I'm pointing.
grabs
at
the
person
kid
behind me.
and runs with the kid
Okay.
and leaves the bread.
Didn't we figure out that Sonar isn't that strong during our last fight with him?
No, he didn't.
So
fight.
how did he knock this kid over?
He turned into a.
Right,
He did
Right,
fight.
he couldn't. He had no aim. He
No.
couldn't hit. He always failed. How does he hit this
he
kid
turned
with a
in-
loaf
with a piece of bread in the back of the head and knock him over.
He
Everything.
rolled really good.
It
No
all
accuracy.
depends on the dice.
He rolled really good.
Yeah,
I guess he's
I-
only good
Lucky I
against
didn't
kids.
kill the kid with that bread on the natural 20. Yes, you
Yeah,
guys
I
have
was-
a little bit.
Bread was
was
fresh baked this
imagining-
morning. It was soft.
I was imagining the Brady Bunch, football to the
I
nose.
I was
Oh,
imagining
yeah,
Lambert.
There's that
For
too.
some reason, I was thinking about Hey Arnold. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever,
man.
above my head.
I don't know.
All right, so yeah, does that sound good? I can go investigate the murder site, and you guys go check in with.
Sonar
the
picks up the
speaker.
bread and brings it back to you. Here, for later. You
Yeah,
might
better
need
luck
this.
next time. No worries. Can I have the other
It's
loaf?
soggy
Yeah,
from the puddle.
I'm gonna get both loaves from him.
I'm gonna hand over the rest that I'm having that I was holding too. Be like, here
After
you
we
go.
go to
Go ahead.
nice. Yeah, so
And
that
the
makes
outrage
it.
was great.
You ate one of them, so that means
Yeah.
there's. Or no, you ate two of them, so
No,
there's only one left, right?
No, I ate one of them, and then I gave off the next two.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so I still have 2 loaves of bread. Nice.
Or
Where is it? You guys want to meet at the Three Flags Sailing after we do these respective things and have lunch?
yes, Ma was really wanting to see you again.
Oh, you guys
Don't kid
put them in
yourself
the
there,
train?
or Lizard Boy. She was kind of digging you too.
Ha, 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 ha. Oh, I think it's just this bush at work here.
Oh, his gills are definitely going. Did she ask about your tail again?
I think this hat would really
Again?
help.
She sure did. I don't need the hat. Keep it for yourself, little man. Enough
Okay.
with the hat.
Okay, and I push it forward.
I guess me and Zenji are off to the speaker's house.
Which is Luskin Arms Inn.
Oh, that's the inn. Oh, okay. So
Yep.
the speaker's house is the inn. Gotcha.
I mean, there
Yeah,
is
so
a
you
town
guys are
hall,
heading
but he prefers to be there because that's where, like, it's easy information. He gets to talk to a lot of people, and he has a big, luxurious room.
Oh, so he is most likely at the Luskin Arms?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where he conducts most of his business.
So, yeah, and me and Valharg are going to the murder site.
Oh yeah, I want to sniff around when I get there.
With Sonar. Sonar is going to do some DM if you can. You said you posted Sonar?
Yeah, it's oh shit. There is
You let me know if Sonar can do any magic sleuthing when we get there.
Well, when we get there, I want to do a perception check, and I just want to get down on my knees and like start
I'll go
sniffing.
around.
There we go.
So when you get there, you're gonna start sniffing.
That's what I heard. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how the rolls pan out on this.
Well, I got a 16. I rolled a 16.
Well, we're not anywhere yet.
Yeah, no, so I can re-roll it if you want me to.
Oh.
It's probably going to be like my best roll tonight.
I know, I've rolled several good numbers. My lowest has been a 9.
I haven't rolled like anything. I think I rolled a couple. I had some bullshit already.
Yeah, after my digital dice performance last week or last session, I pulled out my physical dice.
Yeah, I can't use the D&D Beyond digital dice. They hate me. If I can hate,
Yeah, they don't like me either.
My
they treat me
fucking-
like shit.
I feel like my regular dice aren't very nice either.
I don't think I've ever gotten above a 12 on that digital dice roll.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Sonar looks at you and says, I'm sure I'll be able to assist you. Brave Sonar, vanquisher of evil.
That's right. We're gonna catch that evil. There's a curse on the land sonar. We need
That's
to
fucking
stamp this light
right.
out. That's fucking radical, isn't it?
Radical.
Let's do it, right?
Sonar.
We start charging for the music.
Sonar.
Yeah, let's go.
And you see Sonar just kind of tries to pick up Valhard real quick to run faster and immediately fails and just walks on. Just,
It's okay, buddy. I got a bigger buddy to help me out with that. Let's go, Bitnor. And I just like do the little hop off his hand and into the baby.
I got lost in the emotion. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna do the Hapeo thing.
I mean, yeah, we could just do it unless he wants us roll.
What's going on? Yeah,
He wants me to. Yeah, I rolled a 5.
All right, so you immediately go up to do the thing, and
I rolled.
Ventnor was focusing. You know, it didn't matter what you rolled. He has to succeed first. So you go up there, and you feel real confident about it. You guys did it earlier today, but Ventnor starts looking over at Sonar at the last second and didn't realize what you're doing, and you run full on into Ventnor's leg.
Which one?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I got a tree trunk down there.
So I fucked up because he messed up. All right.
Yeah, you got fucked up because he wasn't paying attention.
He fucking kicked me. Oh, that's
No, you ran into him. You just ran into him.
Oh, sorry, man. And then I go ahead and toss him up, catch him.
All right, roll a. Yeah, strength.
It's 11 plus 5, so that's a 16.
You did it.
Shit just dropped me. I'm kidding.
Huh?
It felt like your leg. No kidding. Sorry.
That wasn't my leg, little man. We'll talk about it later. You ever get goosed by a wild animal?
All right, so what are you guys doing? Who's going first?
I'd say they go first. You guys go first on this.
I guess we go to the something inn.
You guys going back to the Luskin Arms?
Yes, to talk to the speaker, Maxi Pat.
Oh no.
No, man, I can't pronounce all of them.
Okay.
So,
Car.
we
Game on.
okay. We go in to the inn. Do we see him anywhere when we walk in?
Yeah. I'll just say he's down there mingling with other folks from town and stuff. People talking to him and stuff.
Okay. As I'm I want to be stealthy but not in a sneaky way. Does that make sense?
Just walk up to him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to him. I was gonna try to eavesdrop, but hello.
I mean,
Max.
they're talking loud enough everybody can hear. It's just typical town stuff. There's nothing nefarious going on during the day. He's doing his actual duties. And he seems to be quite effective as a speaker, though. Given the rumors and the vibes he gives off, he does have the town's best interest at heart.
I don't even know. I'm gonna let Zenji. I'm not sure where to go with this shit. Now, who is the bodyguard? Is it Maximal and the bodyguard
Stefik.
is Stefik?
Wait, Maxill's the speaker of the house. Torko is Torga. That's what her name is. Hang on, let me go to the page.
So we haven't
Get
found
it all right.
Torga nowhere, right?
No, we haven't come across Torga yet.
I don't think you guys have
But
even
it's
asked
Torga.
about Torga yet.
Stefik's the main suspect. Yeah, I wouldn't have been asking about her. That'd be a weird thing for me to ask about while parishioning. Yes, it's Seth is the bodyguard of Torga, and Sefik is the main suspect of Hillen
Okay.
or Hlyn,
So
and Torga is where we're going to find him most likely because that's where we know he does go. Where he goes off when he leaves Torga, that's what nobody knows.
It's
That's
like
why he's
2 hours
suspect.
away from here, right?
so
So if we find Torga, we'll find him.
am I able to like kind of use insight and see how the speaker seems, like if he seems kind of shady or whatnot?
I mean, there's rumors of him being shady. It's
I
not
know
something
that's what. Okay.
you'd more want to use the insight if he's being shady on what he's telling you.
Okay.
But
No.
like the fact that like I said, he's an effective speaker, barring the rumors about him, and they're only rumors. And he does kind of have a sinister-ish demeanor about it, but not like anything that's too terrible. More like a Professor Snape feeling.
Okay.
So he's very punchable. Okay.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
sure.
about? Snape was awesome. Okay. So I go up to
Snape was
the
petty.
speaker. Harry Potter was petty.
You guys are both dumb. This is D&D. We're real,
So
Harry.
I go up to the speaker and I ask if he has time to discuss. Would you have any time to discuss business today?
Put. And he looks at you guys. What is it that you need to speak about?
Maybe something a little more private?
Okay. Right this way. And he starts walking you guys up some stairs up to where you believe his room may be. He gets halfway up the stairs and turns around and he goes, not to be a stickler, but who are you exactly?
Ah, we're the owners of the Ramshackle in Lonelywood.
We're
just
here
trying
investing. Go ahead.
We're the owners of the Ramshackle in Lonelywood, and we're here just trying to open up guild trades and everything else.
Ah, very well. I heard that you guys, or somebody had rebuilt it and made it pretty nice from what I heard, aside from the cult that lives in it.
They're not quite a cult. It's just his beliefs, as other people have their own beliefs and faiths.
Fair enough. They're weird about milk, though, from what I hear. I haven't been up there yet, or else you probably have met me already. But, right this way. You see, you see his total demeanor change after he realizes it's official business. He was kind of gruff before.
Okay. So I want to. We get up there, and I was like, we're looking for things that aren't necessarily always around. We can try to come up with what we can. And we have rooms if people ever need rooms. But we're looking for just different things that maybe are a little bit unique. Would you know of anywhere to find any unique items?
Well, I mean, there isn't very much need for unique and magical items up here in Tin Towns. Pretty specialized. And I believe it would be something. Let me look it up real quick.
While he's talking, can I go ahead and roll insight just to see if I can tell if he's being genuine or honest? Or maybe he's letting off like he might know more than what he's telling us.
About what? There being magic items up this way?
No, him saying that they don't really have a need for anything up in their area.
Well, no, he's saying like those are be specialty spots. And he says
Like
that
stores of magical items.
yeah, I
Is
mean,
what you're thinking.
Brunchen would probably be your best bet overall, if I had to make a guess. But like I said, I don't really dabble in stuff like that. I'm just a simple town speaker. And how is Nimsy? Speaking of town speakers,
I was about to say something about that. We're actually here investigating something on Nimsy's behalf, having to do with the
Really?
murders.
really, oh, that poor boy.
What do you know about them? We've
Tragic,
heard
tragic
rumors.
incident.
We've heard rumors about him maybe trying to pay his way out of the lottery.
No, 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 no. That's not allowed.
Insight.
Right on.
Nat 20.
Very fish.
Very fishy. What are you hiding?
Need nothing. No, I'm a
You.
busy man. I think it's time that everybody be moving on.
Uh,
All right. And he just leaves
Well,
his
we
room
appreciate your time.
as he pushes you guys out with him. Come on. I'm a
There's
busy
some.
man. I'm a busy man.
A little.
He
But I
paid.
do wish you luck on your investigation.
Go on.
Oryx.
And then as you guys get pushed out the door, he kind of slips right back in and closes the door behind him.
Oryx. He's hiding. He's hiding something. I think he is being paid off for the lottery. He panicked real fast.
You think? That was a little direct, though. Hold on. Let me
I'm
see
sorry.
if I can. Let me see if I can. You go ahead and stay within earshot, or a mind shot of me. I'm gonna try to do some thinking around an investigation around. So I want to see, like,
So
look around. Is there a way to maybe look through a window,
you
kind of see what's
can
going on?
you can. Well, I mean, he's up on an upper level, and there is no balcony or anything.
I'm
He
a
does have a
lizard with
window.
claws, and I'm a rodent. So I mean, I'm able to kind of. I have
I mean, you're able
what-
to try whatever you want. I'm just saying, he does have a window. It's on the second and third floor. Let's go third floor. And let's say the 2 poor for second floors. Third floor, so I only have second floor. But it's sheer, just ice and wood, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I think wood. Yeah, wood. So yeah. What I'm saying is you're gonna get a disadvantage on them.
I know. I'm just trying to think.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see. He pushed us out of the room and snuck back in the room. So I'm wondering if he's not trying to communicate with someone or getting
Are you?
things together in his room.
Are you?
And
Okay.
hiding
Are
it.
we outside? And are you? Or do I see you trying to look? Or see you looking
No,
out the window?
that's what. No, I'm just. He was explaining things to me, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to try to figure out what he's hiding. Oh, okay. So I think in my head to Zenji, I think we should keep an eye on the room. I think we should keep an eye on the room when he leaves. Try to pick the lock and search it.
Well, there is a window outside. I do know a little something that you might be able to peek in. If you're up for it.
I'm always down for anything, but I got a big bush on my head, and I'm not the most disguised. I let's just say I stand out in a crowd.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to try it, I can get you up to that window.
I say we watch the room until he leaves. So I want to try and find a place where we can see when he maybe comes down, but I want to be able to see him to see like if he's carrying anything off the truck.
Yeah, you're able to find a spot good enough.
Do what?
I said you're able to find somewhere.
Okay.
It's not
And
that
I guess,
difficult. I mean, it's a pretty open place, you know.
okay.
Well, while
Do I
he's
need to roll
doing
a
that,
stealth or anything?
I mean, during the day, I mean, you're kind of really suspicious if all of a sudden you're just standing behind a lampshade. Not really a lot of places to stealth.
Okay.
With all the people walking around, I don't think it's a good idea for you. I'll just go ahead and make that judgment call for you.
Okay. All right.
now is that window on the front of the establishment or the back?
Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's on the side, the
It's
east
on the
side,
side.
the best side.
All right. Well, I'm going to go out there
I
and
guess.
I'm going to cast levitate on myself and levitate myself up to peek into the window.
I mean, there are people pretty much all around this building in some fashion, whether working or walking by. So, I mean, they do notice you just levitate up into the air, and nobody seems to really care that much. Though. Nobody's gasping or anything. Go ahead.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to use that and I'm going to levitate to peek up in or peek in through the window or through his window. What do I see?
Curtains. They've been
Just
drawn.
Kurt.
Yeah, they're drawn shut. But you also see, like, it's still pretty early in the day, and it's a pretty big window, and the sun is beaming off the east side of the building pretty hard. So you figure that's probably why it's shut. Like you feel it like on your back of your neck and shit.
All right. Can I hear anything through the window?
So I mean, put your face up just see what happens.
All right.
Roll perception.
Hold on. I got to get back to my sheet. Roll a perception. I knew I should have used my physical dice. It's 5.
You don't hear anything. About that time, you start hearing a couple little kids go, "Mommy, mommy, look, the lady's in the air."
I'm going to gracefully or float down, land, and give him a little bow.
And they start clapping.
And then I'll rejoin Horks in the or inside.
They're,
So we're just waiting around, kind of seeing if he's going to come down. I don't know if you want to do that now or what.
Didn't really take that long for him to come out. I mean, like I said, he is a busy man. He still has a job to do. But for some reason, the lottery spooked him a little bit. He does notice you guys as he walks out, but he just ignores you and just starts talking to some of the workers around and stuff like that, and just going about his normal business.
Sorry. Not carrying anything. Does he look different in any way?
No. I mean, he's not holding anything that you can see or anything like that. Nothing. Nothing's changed about him that you can tell. Other than he looks a little bit frustrated.
But he's staying in the building though, right?
Yeah, he's staying in the building.
I think to Zenji, is there more than one way upstairs? Just one set of stairs?
That's just the one main stairs.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there is another way, but we'd be doing it blindly.
I think. What do you mean blindly?
This is going to be if Bowie will allow it. I'm kind of bending the spell a little bit. Well, I mean, we could teleport into his room.
Teleport. Do you have that ability?
Yes, I do. You were drunk the last time I used it on you.
You use magic on me without my knowledge?
More or less to confront Bentnor because I thought he was trying to cast our malevolent spells on you, but that was a misunderstanding on my half.
So could you teleport me and stay within sight, or
I could teleport us both, honey.
well, what? Who's gonna warn us if he does come up?
Well, I mean, if we get into a fight, we get into a fight. I'm not too shy there. But I'd rather
Then
us
you're
not
gonna
make.
fight that guard.
I'd rather us not leave any evidence that we forced our way in.
What are you talking about? And I pat my pocket because I have thief tools, my satchel or whatever. I don't know, whatever I got. But if you think that you want to teleport in and take that risk, then I say we need to get to a more discreet area before we just teleport out.
All right. Well, he does have a window, or out front, or out to the east side of the building. I think our best bet for a blind jump would be as long as I'm looking towards that window.
Okay. Are there people around?
If you're talking
There's
about vortex warp, I mean, it does clearly state you have to see where you're teleporting.
all right. So so we're not going. Or all right. Well, I guess I can't do that then. All right.
I mean, it just states you have to clearly see.
What about on the roof?
Well,
Like,
you can
are these
see
regular
within range, it doesn't
windows?
say clearly out.
Are these regular windows?
Yeah. Nothing fancy. about
Okay.
those.
I think to him, what if we teleport to the roof and you can hold me as I hang down to see if any of the windows are open?
I could do that, or I could just lift you up to the windows.
And there's no one around.
There were a few children, but they just thought it was a magic or performance.
There's a lot of people out there, and nobody just gave a shit.
Well, okay.
I mean, it's just normal, early or late morning, fucking people working, doing their normal errands and shit like that.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to check the windows, we can go check the windows.
All right. I guess that's what we're gonna go do.
You gonna check the windows again?
I didn't check to see if it was open, but he's
No,
one
it's one
check.
of those big ones where it's like fucking fast.
Okay. Well, I asked you, and you kind of like.
Oh, okay.
I misunderstood what you were talking about. Sorry.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
it's like
can't really
one of those
sneak
big
into
fucking
it.
circular windows, like if you see on like older structures and shit, but they don't open.
Okay.
Kind of like stained glass on a church, but it's not
Well,
stained glass.
I
Well, I
have
mean,
no clue then what to do other than
well,
we can
let's
try
go
to
up and
sneak
then,
out.
or pick the lock. Then.
All right. I guess we are going to. You know what? I'm gonna say look over at her and actually voice out loud. I'm gonna lift up my arm and sniff and be like, "Oh, I smell. I need to go up to the room and get a shower in." So we go upstairs, and I want to make sure, like, kind of like a perception or whatever, see if anyone's trying to follow us or whatnot.
I mean, it's like I said, it's late morning. People are doing their regular shit. Like people would notice you walking around, but nobody's like chasing
Okay. Well, I was trying to see
or
if he
following
was.
you or anything. Like nobody really cares about you.
I was
From
going
what
to
you
see
can
if
see. You can go
let's
ahead
speak
and roll like a perception, but pointless because nobody cares.
It's like Joe Dirt.
as a whole 8. So
You just don't know then.
I guess we're gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna go to his room where he took us, and I'm gonna try the door first, see if it's locked.
That's definitely locked.
I'm going to pick the lock.
People are around you.
Okay, so this is a crowded hallway, also.
Yeah, I mean it's an active place during the day. Where the speaker is, and it's also a.
I thought
and-
it was like upstairs. That's why I was saying like more out
Yeah, I
of the
mean
way.
there's other rooms upstairs. There's people all through this place. That's what I'm trying to say. Like stealthing around here or doing anything like that right now would probably not be a wise choice.
Okay. Well, I guess as
But I will
I'm
kill your character right now.
as I'm walking around, I look at him and I say, I don't think there's a good
Just
way.
keep in mind, like these are official people. They're not like bad guys or anything like that per se. You know,
Right.
So like you go breaking into the speaker's room and get caught, you will probably get killed, or at least have a fierce battle running out of town and have a bad reputation throughout Tin Town. And consequences of something like that could lose the guild inside. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just
Which
things to
we're
think.
building. No, I know. That's what I figured it was out of the way, so I was trying to sneak in to see if I could get any information.
You
But
could
I
always knock
guess-
on the door and say room service.
There's
See if there's
nobody
anyone
inside there.
inside.
No, nobody went in. Like you guys went in, he pushed you out, and when you're in there, there was nobody else in there. Nobody
Okay.
else would, and he locked the door whenever he came back out.
All right. I say I think Zinji. I think we should just go find Bentnor and Valhard and explain to them that he seems like he's hiding something.
That would probably be our best bet at this point.
And I guess I'm gonna go into our room, at least get a wet rag, and kind of make it seem like I halfway tried to clean up. because I
We
said
were
that out
already
loud.
on our way back towards them, right?
Well, look, no, you are going back to the dock.
I
You
thought
haven't
we were
gone
already.
again yet.
Oh, okay. That's what we were doing then. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I take a whore bath, and we start heading down to go find him.
All right. Well, it's getting close to midnight. Coleman, I know you said you didn't want to go past midnight.
Yeah, I've got like a 2.5 hour drive in the morning. I got to be there by like 8 or 9, or yeah, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
We'll go ahead and call it right here. We'll pick back up with Bentnor,
About hard.
Valhog at the docks.
And Zana.
Yeah, and Sonar's with us.
No.
Well, we are headed to the murder site.
Yeah, the murder site. That's right.
And I just allocated my spells good from the long rest to be a detective machine.
Let's
Okay.
be honest, I'm so glad that we're stopping because, like, I've been drunk for like the last 30 minutes and I don't really know what the hell's going on.
Just the last.
Well, I kind of
30
threw
minutes.
the ball in their
No,
court, so hopefully you'd get some food. I should have threw that out there.
Well,
You'd
no,
get some
I have
food
to.
while
I have
we're
to
doing
go. I literally have to
Insight.
go cook. I literally have to go cook. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
you
we
have
all
to cook.
cook at midnight.
no, because I am the only one that makes food over here, and Kayla is gone, so I can't like say that. Like, you know, Kayla, she does cook sometimes though, but William, I'm not gonna tell William to come cook us dinner. I'm just gonna make it whenever I get done. I told him to eat whatever he wants. I'm just making taco meat, man. I'm just gonna eat some tacos. That's literally all.
Dude,
I'm
I got
doing.
some taco meat right here.
What?
See?
Talk on me.
Sorry, I'm rubbing my chest hair. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah.
That's hamburger meat.
I fucking Sean was showing his when you said that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I knew in
He doesn't
spirit. I
have
can't
any.
see you guys, but I pretty much
Who?
figured.
He doesn't have taco. It was meant for me all along.
Me? Yes, I do. I have
You're
taco meat now.
disgusting. You're like a.
I got a
I can't
little.
say
got-
that word.
There's like
I
a
got
little bit
steak
right
strips.
here.
I got
All right,
carne
It's got
everybody.
like 2 little hairs coming out.
Hope you liked it, but if you didn't, eat my butt.
Also,
Yeah, man.
make sure to check out everything else that we got going on anything and everything Nerd Style. All right, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it again.
Like and
again.
subscribe there, guys. Like
Say it
and
again.
drink your milk. Like and subscribe.
Say it again.
Subscribe for
It's getting
Sonar to
sexual.
vanquish evil.
Well, you know what? We'll
Subscribe.
also
The sonar.
make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, we won't grow. Go ahead. Somebody else. I don't give a shit.
Like Valhar's wiener.
Why? That's
ha.
not.
Sonar wins again.
That's not very nice, Sonar.
You're a disgusting little man.
I'd high five you, but you'd break.
Ha.